Yo, 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 yo. Pyramid plot from the bottom to the peak. Ash weaving lies, truth ain't weak. Naysayers squawking, no new speak. Scheme crumbling, cult shattered, bleak. Promises of wealth, gold feathered truth. OnPassive dreams, scans hollow booth. Eyes unblind, it's time to sleuth. Escape the web, find proof in youth. Time to bounce, leave the cult zone. Scheme falling, let it be known. Naysayers truth, our daggers thrown. Ash's kingdom, we're breaking the stone. Digital deceit on passive streets. Scams run deep, feel the beats. Investors cry, no way to eat. Unmasking this fraud, no repeats. Ash's words, smoke screen facade. Promises broken, dreams all charred. We've woken up, we're off guard. Breaking free, cut the cord, charred. Lies exposed, truth widely spoken. Chain reaction, web is broken. Freedom's here, scams out in the open. Naysayers rise, no more coping. Yeah. Lies exposed, truth widely spoken. Chain reaction, web is broken. Freedom's here, scams out in the open. Naysayers rise, no more coping. Blocks falling, schemes broken. Ash got him choking, wallets getting stolen. Promises of gold, dreams been molded. Naysayers expose lies, truth unfolded. Naysayers in the streets, Ash scam unraveled. Wake up out the cold, time to travel. Speaking code, let the truth rattle. OnPassive's a joke, no need for babble. Promises, illusions, they got you in a daze. Webs out flashy, but heart full of haze. Fake riches, paper castles in a blaze. Ash's empire crumbling, end of the craze. Naysayers in the streets, Ash scam unravel. Wake up out the cold, time to travel. Speaking code, let the truth rattle. OnPassive's a joke, no need for babble. Promises, illusions, they got you in a daze. Webs out flashy, but heart full of haze. Fake riches, paper castles in a blaze. Ash's empire crumbling, end of the craze. Naysayers in the streets, Ash scam unravel. Wake up out the cold, time to travel. Freaking code, let the truth rattle. OnPassive's a joke, no need for babble. Spinning tales in the dark. Got folks in trance, hypnotized by the spark. Dim truth peeking, find your mark. No riches here, just an empty park. Preaching progress, but reality twisted. OnPassive dreamers, naive and misfitted. Broken promises, karma never resisted. Naysayers stand, tell how we existed. Still you'll catch your time, ain't.
Naysayers don't play, we speak what's true. OnPassive scheme ain't meant for you. Ash got plans to steal your soul. We won't lead you down that hole. We rock, you know we won't stay by. Won't steal your cash, your time ain't mine. Ain't mine. Naysayers rise, we shine so bright. Truth cut deep in darkest night. Hey, Ash and his gang wanna take what's yours. Pyramid built with hidden doors. Claims of wealth, but it's just a lie. We naysayers, we don't buy. Ash and his gang wanna take what's yours. Pyramid built with hidden doors. Claims of wealth, but it's just a lie. We naysayers, we don't buy. We won't be silent, gonna raise our voice. Speaking facts, ain't no choice. Break the chains of a dirty scheme. Naysayers live in the dream. Promises of gold, but all you get is smoke. Ash's empire, just a joke. Naysayers stand up, keep it real. We cut through lies like sharpened steel. We work, you know we won't stay by. Won't steal your cash, your time ain't mine. Ain't mine. Naysayers rise, we shine so bright. Truth cut deep in darkest night. Hey,
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of Karma.
Stop going there.
Hello everyone, how are you all doing today? I hope that you're all having a fabulous, amazing day today. Happy FriYAY to my sayers of nay. We have a wonderful, interesting stream plan today. From Rehab to Roleplay. That's what we have decided to call this one. You know, I have made every single, I don't know if you noticed, some of you may not have, but I have made all of the FriYAY with the sayers of nay stream titles rhyme now for a year. And we've done it almost every Friday. We have missed some, we have. But I'm starting to run out of words that rhyme with nay. You know, there's only so many of them. I might have to start recycling through them, you know. Alves is here and it is Scam It. And Salami is here, says, hey, 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 hey. We are going to be hearing from Chris Johnson today. And Mr. Level is here. And Sherry is here. And Jelly Snack. And Sherry, I want to thank you again for the $1.99. Says, Queen has the best OnPassive snark. Thank you. And little Miss Lulu has been a member for 4 months. In it to win it. We're all in it to win it. And Thomas is also here. That's right. Mr. Level is here having a chill weekend, which is what I like to hear. I hope everyone is having a good start to the weekend. Hello, I miss O Connect. Ash told me I was getting $6,000. I mean, he did. $6,000 per month value for using this. We're missing out on a lot of that, huh? Joe is here. Greetings, Joe. Good to see you. I'm glad that you can make it. And Violet is here. Hey, 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 hey. Yes, yes. So it's been an interesting time. Because again, if you didn't see the stream yesterday, do watch it after this one, of course, because, you know, it's more fun to be here for the stream. Then you can take part in the chat. That's a great time. So, as you guys know, Marty and Chris and Ash got together, and it's been a lot. The way that it's been talked about by Chris as well as other people has been a lot, and you're going to see some of that today. So get ready for all that goodness. And I am going to introduce you to a new segment today. So that's exciting. That's some exciting stuff. So hopefully you enjoy that. But I think we will start off like we usually do, because, you know, it helps me get my creative juices flowing. You know, when we start off with the fabulous
OnPassive Meme Review!
Apparently, we will never run out of memes. There was a time where I thought we were going to get, you know, close to it, because many of them stopped posting, but it's like they've picked it back up again. Maybe they heard my cry. Here we have just a dark room, which is what OnPassive reminds many of us of. Just an empty dark room. Saying, coming soon. OnPassive. Stay close to your OES. Not really sure what that means. it's on the computer. Stay close to the computer. You also, like I keep saying, you don't have to check in with the OES. I know that they want to brainwash everyone into checking in with the OES every hour in case Ash Mufareh happens to put a message back there. But let's be real. If Ash puts a message back there, within 10 minutes, if you're in OnPassive and you're following all of the main people in OnPassive, which like all of them are, right? They're all on Facebook and they're all following like Marty, Chris, Red, Julie, etc., etc. One of them will let you know. They will post and they will say, there's a message in the back office. Chris does it almost immediately every time. So really, you just got to follow him. He'll tell you. Just wait for him to post on Facebook and then go check the OES. There's no sense in staying close to it, but of course, they have that here. And then there's just like a random plant there for, and like it's really badly positioned. You know, it's there. I don't know why. Here we have the power of OnPassive. And Al is looking quite scary, actually, this week. It's a scary, scary Al. He looks angry. Please don't be mad at me, Al. Don't be mad at me. Hello, Nev. Good to see you. He looks so mad. And then someone's holding a phone, and I guess we're supposed to know what this is about. I guess it's a notification from an hour ago, earlier. Your page reach increased by 94% in the last 7 days compared to the week before and then it cuts off there. You know? Stay close to your host. He's not angry, just disappointed. Fair. You know, I guess if I were Al, I would be very disappointed too. So that's fair. Ash monitors who logs on to the OES. He knows who's loyal. He will terminate those who don't log on every day. That's right. Don't forget, he will terminate you.
We will terminate you without a notice. You're gone. No joke. We will terminate you without a notice.
Without notice. So careful. But okay, I do have to say, out of all of the OnPassive memes that I've ever shown, this is one of the better ones, not in terms of them using good font or good graphics or anything like that, but mainly because I can look at this picture and I can take a guess as to what OnPassive is. I'm going to think it drives traffic to your webpage, which in fairness, I guess, is one of the things that they claimed they would do, right? So, I mean, I'm trying to be nice today. Trying to give them points. You know, that much I can say. That much is true about this image. You know, because you have to think all of these things that I show you for every meme review, like each one independently is supposed to market OnPassive. Probably to people that don't know what it is, you know, but sometimes I'm like, they're making these for each other. Like, just to like show off to each other or something. I don't know. Al is a Terminator, probably. iRobot OnPassive edition. It does nothing. Do you want Skynet? Because this is how you get Skynet. At least I know that, you know, it has something to do with software and it's something to do with targeted traffic and robots. You know? I've seen what's happening. It's a little crazy. That world scares me, you know? I go to see what people are doing, and I see what she's doing, Foodie Beauty, but then I see what the reactors are doing, and then I'm like, I'm good. I'll come back in a few more months. And then I do it again. I just keep doing that. OnPassive, game-changing Al solutions. I don't know again, is this supposed to be like Ash and then Al? Is that what's going on here? Because it's a guy with a briefcase, and apparently Ash has been working very, very hard. Doing what? We don't know. But Chris assures us that he's working very, very hard. And he's very excited about it too, apparently. In OnPassive, the buttons touch you. Oh no. What in the ditty was that about, Thomas? Robot wedding. You know? They say don't marry your work, though. But it looks like they're being beamed up into a spaceship. So I don't know what that's about. I'm a little worried. I'm kind of like, are the aliens here too? Not only do we have to worry about the robots in Judgment Day, now we also have to worry about the aliens. Jesus. Life is just getting harder here in OnPassive. We got thieves, robots, aliens. I mean, the people from India that we're supposed to be angry at. Sounds like she's going to be leaving Kuwait. King of Karma better get his Uber Eats business up and running. No thanks. We're good. We're good. We're good. She lives on the other side of town. I think. I have no clue. She could be very close, actually. Like, I have no clue. Positive and negative emotions cannot occupy the mind at the same time. One or the other must dominate. That's probably not true. At least it's not true for me. But I don't know. Apparently I'm crazy, so don't listen to me about my mind. Might give you a little view into my mind this weekend just for fun. I think this is supposed to be just some more toxic positivity, you know? Just kind of more toxic positivity. Don't be negative. We're coming. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, we are doing Tanya posts today. I don't know which one you're talking about, but we will be talking about Tanya today. I'm neutral. I'm neutral on a lot of things, and that's why I said that, because I'm like, well, I often feel positively and negatively about the same thing at the same time for different reasons. So I don't know, maybe I'm just weird. It depends on who's buying dinner, Queen. She says Ash was hand feeding Marty. Yes, we're gonna get there. Don't worry. We're gonna get to all of them that say that Ash was hand feeding Marty. Don't you worry. Positive and negative cancel each other. Then there's zero happening in the breaks. Now we're just numb, right, Violet? They cancel each other out. So now we're just numb. But according to them, one must dominate. So, get rid of all the negative emotions about OnPassive is basically what this is supposed to be. But again, awful marketing. I have no clue this is about OnPassive. I have no clue what OnPassive is. I don't even know it's OnPassive. Here comes the airplane. Yeah. I know. That's what I think of. And then I cringe really hard. That's exactly what Schadenfreude is. Positive and negative. Very good. Very good. Grab it. Grab it. Seems a little aggressive, And I couldn't help myself. I just had to remind you that this happened. Grab OnPassive by the pussy. Also, this is your president if you're in the USA. Congratulations. I don't know what to say about that. The Love Doves. I think there's two couples here. Two couples. Don't earn it, guys. Just grab it. That's right. It's my favorite emotion. I can't spell that word. Hello, Serene. Good to see you. So we got doves, and I don't know why they're on a bike. I don't know what a bike has to do with OnPassive. I don't know why the wheels, like one of them is like O-mail and the other one's like, I don't know what that other one is. I don't really recognize it. But then we got the OnPassive logos kind of on the doves. And the wording says, OnPassive, it's done deal, keep patient. But then they spelled it weird. How are the birds steering? Well, this is what I'm wondering. Okay. Also, why are they on a bike? What does the bike have to do with OnPassive? How is OnPassive on a bike? Okay. I don't know what we're doing. And then why are there two birds driving the bike? I don't even know. Controlling the bike. And then there's an OnPassive basket on the front of the bike. And then there's two more birds. And those birds' heads, by the way, are the Go Founders logos. So it's just weird. Like, I don't know what we're doing. Anyway, they probably should have said something along the lines of, have patience. It just would have been better. OnPassive, 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 and then down in the right-hand corner, the future of internet. I don't really know what's going on. The sun is also the OnPassive logo. I'm assuming that's the sun. Deliciously random. I don't even know. Again, I would be so confused. That's all I ever think about, right? Is I'm like, okay, if I came across this and I'm like on Facebook, I have no clue what this company is. This is all I see. What am I thinking? Like, what am I going to take away from this? What is OnPassive? Does it fix bikes? Like, I don't know. Why would you even use a bike when you can fly? Seems like a downgrade. I'm just very confused by the whole image. Nothing here makes sense, you know? Hey, 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 hey. The second bird can't fly because of the third wing. Yeah, the AI, when this was done up, didn't do a great job, did they? It's got something going on there, little birdie. Razzle dazzle. Is that what they call it? People need OnPassive like doves need a bicycle. You know what? That makes the most sense. Maybe that's what they're trying to say. In that case, I agree. Hello, Lamar. They are a bird deterrent company. Two flew over the cuckoo's nest. Yeah. Everyone flew over the cuckoo's nest. Okay? Everyone. Everyone in this thing. Especially right now. They're all being very bizarre. Extra wing symbolizes the extra chromosomes of OnPassivians. Maybe that's why. The third wing acts like a rudder. What? In the sky? Okay, yeah. It gets it to go real fast. It just, spins? Spins on its back there? Okay. Interesting take. Interesting take. The bicycle is AI, like, it has to be, because it doesn't look real either. It's just very bizarre. And I don't like how the bird in the front has, like, human legs, by the way. No one's pointed that out yet. There's just something about it. It creeps me out a little bit, you know? It creeps me out. I'm very scared. I don't like it anymore. We have to change it. All right, the next one. All of us OnPassive members, the days to come are going to be 1,000 times better than the past few days. Keep up the faith. Some motivational words to get you through. the days to come, you know? The days to come are going to be 1,000 times better than the past few days. Keep up the faith. You know, thank God for that. I really hope that the coming days are better than the past few days here. All right? It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. The only thing we have to remember is OnPassive has to be capitalized. Other than that, who cares? Past few days, surely years. Past few days. I was kind of like, what happened in the past few days that were so bad that we needed like this motivational quote? I didn't realize. I thought they were having a great time at OnPassive right now. They were celebrating Ash and Marty and Chris getting together. You know, I'm like, what are we upset about, guys? That's weird. But all right, you know, good to know. So look forward to the days to come. You know? This guy's looking forward to the coming days. OnPassive. Relax. Enjoy the process. Coming from OnPassive, it kind of sounds like a threat. But he looks very relaxed, you know, with his feet out. It's lovely. Somebody's going to put him on Feet Wiki. I'm not going to, but somebody probably will. They are biblical days, Mark B. It's like dog years. One day is actually 7 years. But don't worry, just relax and enjoy the process. It's all about the journey, guys, and how much you grow. Going to webinars, talking about how great Ash is, and how you hope the products will be. Yeah, that was the end of the sentence. Just how you hope they'll be. Not even that you hope they'll be good. Like, you're literally hoping that they'll exist one day. All right. Party. This one, you know, gives me some like New Year's vibes or something. A little late for that, you know. We're like halfway through the year, so maybe we're preparing for the coming new year. But when someone tries to dim your light, remember, darkness speaks about the critic, not the criticized. So there you have it. Keep your smile. OnPassive. They said it, all right? We're just here trying to dim their light. You know? It's totally fine that they have all given all of their time and even some money into keeping this dream alive for 7 years with no products. You know, that they're starting to worship Ash like a god. None of that should matter. We should just let it happen. And speaking out about how bizarre that is and how illegal this business should be is just dimming their light. Just don't dim their light. They're dim-witted enough, okay? Dear Penthouse, I'm an OnPassive member attending a small Midwestern college. What? Yeah. Just don't dim their light, Violet. And keep your smile. Keep your smile sounds so weird to me as an expression. You know, like, keep your smile? I just, like, where was my smile gonna go? It just... Like, were you going to take it from me? I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Keep smiling. I like. That's nice. Hey, keep smiling. But keep your smile for some reason. I don't know. Just don't like it. Ash is my reason to smile. Because he's a joke. Not for the same reason he's their reason to smile, right? This one's colorful. Let's change the lives of all people around the world. And then just AI. I don't know. It's AI kind of plopped in the center there. Different font. And then we got Mr. Pardeep here again. You know, he's still making these. Each one is more colorful and busy than the last. So I look forward to more of these in future. Our friend Mr. Gouda is also still at it. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. And I'm like, why are they all so upset? What is going on? I thought we were having a happy time right now. What is happening? Why are all of these like, please don't dim our light? It's a dark moment. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. And I'm like, okay, Mr. Gouda, like, no one's trying to dim your light, my dude. Shine on. Shine bright like a diamond. When Jackson Pollock threw up on campus. This one too, actually. I don't know what's going on in the background of this. Are there supposed to be flags, like green flags up there? I don't know what's happening. You know? Prolific. Mm-hmm. Either that hair or that mustache is fake. Both. I think it's both. That makes me want a Gouda grilled cheese with bacon. Good, good, good. But who is Ludmilla? I don't know. He's just always there. Just always there. You know? I already had that for dinner. Yum. Very good. Very good. Violet knew. She was like, I'm going to see Mr. Gouda later. We got to get the Gouda in me, you know? Queen's going to bring up his memes, and I'm going to be like, I really want some Gouda right now. So we'll just get it out of the way first. India's stash is a thing. It's a nice stash. Ooh. Mm-hmm. You can't say it's an ugly stash, right? I mean, it's thick. It's beautiful. I wonder when Mr. Gouda will be promoted to Mr. Cheddar. We have another one from him. Again, with Ludmilla up there. The future belongs to those who understand artificial intelligence. And then again, AI just plopped in the middle on the ball there. Which is in some very bizarre, godly hands, you know? That was cheesy, I know. I'm sorry, this image is horrifying me. I think that they're opening up the gates to hell. See, this is why we need to stop OnPassive. You see what's happening? Satan's about to come out of that ball. I'm not just the founder of the OnPassive Hair Club for Men, but I'm also a client. Very good. Yes. We should make some of that. That should be an ad. Then we have this guy. He also has a nice mustache. You know? So I'm quite excited for him. But I really like how he captured this picture of Ash. Because it looks like Ash is like wiping a tear from his eye. And I can't help but enjoy that a little bit. You know? It's like, what, are you crying because you spent the $108 million that you stole from all of these people? And it says, big surprise coming soon. And then in the colorful green and red and blue one, it says, trust and loyalty are the path to success. At success. And then the green one, which is very hard to read because they're doing green font on a green background. I don't know why. Marketing geniuses. Selection. It is a matter of choice. Let's be a fresh mango and not a rotten peach. That was profound. Okay? I mean, I'll read it again because I know it was a lot to take in. I know you're going to want to remember these words forever. Selection. It is a matter of choice. Let's be a fresh mango and not a rotten peach. I don't know what this guy has against peaches. Maybe he doesn't like that when he bites into them. It squirts on his mustache. I don't know. Maybe he gets the song Peaches and Cream stuck in his head. And he's just like, fuck the peaches. I don't know. But I think it's some good advice, you know? Just saying. Nev says, I'm jealous of the O-stash. When I try to grow facial hair, I look like either an incel or a oh, well, my. Don't do that then. Don't do that then. At least no rotten tomatoes. There we go. Ash made up some story during page 3 that peaches are rotten when they fall on the ground by mango, but mangoes are still good to eat. Now they're all doing some stupid peach mango thing. You know what? I believe that. That's exactly why someone would make this meme. That's how it happens over here, isn't it? You're like, where did they get this from? And then you're like, well, remember that rant that Ash went on like 3 months ago about peaches and mangoes? Yeah. Someone posted that up again, so now they're all doing this thing. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what the founders say about Ash after the SEC case. Where did the man go? He's upset with the song Peaches by the presidents of the United States. Yeah, he hates it. That's really upsetting him. Sorry. I legit can't tell who is dumber, Ash or the people that listen to him. I don't know. I think Ash, though, in a way. Here we have him again with Ash and Al. Artificial intelligence with the heart of society. All right? The heart of society. It's not just AI with heart anymore. It's AI with the heart of society. That's right. And AI with this little heart here in the human hand, you know? Careful. Judgment Day's coming. Again, with the picture of Ash, though, where you're like, that's a weird choice. Like, he's not really smiling. He looks like he's like mid-thought, mid-word. It's like hands are blurry. But whatever. They like it, I guess. Doesn't really say powerful CEO that's about to take over the world and save all of humanity, but, you know, maybe he was going for a softer look. He seems nice, though. Happy chap. Just like in this one. Trust what is coming. Jelly Snack says, down with Ash! Now she's throwing rotten tomatoes. Listen, Jelly, trust what is coming. All right? Now, our new friend with the mustache, he looks lovely. Looks like a nice dude, you know? Pretty normal picture of Red. And Marty, we've seen that picture now a bunch. That's Marty's new favorite picture of himself. Got Chris there with his cowboy hat. But what is Ash doing? Like, What is he doing? Why does he look so urgent? And why is he pointing at us like this? Like, what is going on here? Did he see a ghost? Looks like he's saying, look out behind you! Over there! What's that? It's, again, another one of those situations where I'm like, well, that was an interesting choice of a picture to post of him. You know, like, okay. That's the one we chose to go with. Like, these pictures where they're all, like, smiling and nice. And then Ash is just in the middle like this. What are we doing? You know? Bring this guy on the next webinar. I'd love to see it. Ash wants us to pull his finger. That's right. He's pointing at the haters. At me? Oh no, why is he pointing at me? This is the first thing you see in OnPassive Habit. It's Ash just pointing at you. And then he says, your money is not here, but it's coming. Go back down and wait another 7 years. I promise. You'll be here soon. I told you, do or die, right? I don't know about Ash, but apparently Marty could really use a finger pull. Apparently. I heard about that today. That poor dude. You know, sometimes time will be on his side, hopefully, and he'll get it out. I don't know what this is about, but this happened. I don't know what else to say. Worst clock ever? The clock of all the two-faced people in our world. I don't know. Marty needs a lot of pulls. He does. He does. He looks pretty happy here, though. I like how they included, like, Tanya in this as well. Or at least in this one, Ash looks kind of happy. You know, he's smiling at least. Still a little blurry, but Chris's women, yeah. Yeah, there's Minnow there. We have Minnow. You know, Minnow there, as he calls her. Minnow. And I think that's Jean, Oliva. Like, I think 30 pounds heavier. Then we have Tanya. What does Marty's hat mean? It says Ash Mufareh. Something here. I don't know what the other word is. I can't read it. Someone pulled Ash's finger right before that picture was taken. This one? This one is his smile of relief. He's happy about it. Spoken? Ash Mufareh spoken here? I believe you, actually. That actually sounds like that is what Marty would put on at. Spoken here. That's what it says? Yeah. Probably. Hello, Scam Jan. Spoken here. So, Ash Mufareh spoken here. Great English as always. Must have been, you know, made by Marty. And then you can buy them globally. So there's that. That's right. Not sure what the significance is. Must have been the last one Rob made before he had a stroke or whatever happened to him. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember them selling those hats. Mind you, I don't ever remember them selling hats. They just kind of like all of a sudden got some hats. Like, yes, indeed. Nay, all day. That's right. Marty never stopped shinin'. Never stopped shinning the light. So again, these guys met up. This has been posted everywhere. Everywhere. I have seen this picture 5 million times. People are screenshotting the video. The one I showed you guys yesterday. You know, that amazing video where Chris goes on and on and on about how it's been 7 years.
The first meeting of Ash Mufareh and the DeGarmos, 7 years. 7 years. 7 years. 7 years.
That one, you know, they just keep on sharing it. Oh my God, that kiss though. Yeah, then Chris saying, nibble on his cheeks. Did you catch that? Rob went wild getting hats made. That was his thing. He was the Mad Hatter for a while. Even shipped some to Red. Yeah, I actually do remember them calling him that. That was fun. They're also sharing this picture, by the way. Marty is a beanbag, especially in this one. I'm just saying. Ash is horrible. Yep. I was startled seeing Marty in hospital. He looks massively overweight, even after having 55 pounds of water drained from him. He's really ill. Exactly. And Chris is an NPC. Mr. Belvedere, no. But yeah, people keep sharing this one around too, which is, you know, Marty doesn't look great. He hasn't got his teeth in. He's blobbing out. Ash looks quite happy though to be holding his hand. But yeah, they're sharing it all around, talking about how amazingly perfect it is that they've met and what it all means. Marty here is just staring though. Just staring. Staring at Ash. And the look he gives him is one that you might think, it's really looking at him like, wow, there he is, Mr. Ash Mufareh. But really, I just kind of think that he sees another skin tag. So I don't know if we should read much into that. It's probably just another skin tag. Thank you, Mark, for the $9.99. Get ready for the greatest shape of your life, Mark. Get ready. I feel like Mr. Bill here. Mr. Williams. Mr. Bill Williams here. You know, he was a little jealous. He was like, they keep posting up pictures of Ash with Marty and Chris. Especially Marty everywhere. But they're not posting up pictures of me and Ash. So he had to make himself a picture to post up of him and Ash, you know? So here they are, and it says, get ready for the greatest shape of your life. We got Ash giving the peace sign, which, you know, this man brings nobody any peace. You know? There's no evidence Marty owns teeth. I'm pretty sure he swallowed them 25 years ago. Marty can't believe Ash is there with him. A dream come true. Drained. Completely drained. William Williams, Bill Bills. Yep, that's right. It was just so funny to me. I was kind of like, why is this popping up? I was like, okay, come on, dude. Like, can they not have at least one moment? You got to get in here and be like, well, what about when I was with Ash? Like, well, Willie Bill here is a dentist, and Marty as well, not so much. Maybe Bill should have gone along for the visit. Maybe he should have. Then he could have gotten another picture and stolen the spotlight again. You know, there's this. Now all we need to see is Bill Must. There's this, made by the Star Boys, as you see. Star Boys. Got their tag there. Got these robots. We are here to eliminate corruption in internet world. Two ends. We are here to eliminate corruption in internet world. I don't know why, but for some reason, I really do find this to be horrifying. This is a horrifying image. I do not want to ever see these robots anywhere near me. And if they're going to be out on passive, I am staying far, far away. All right? I feel like they are the corruption in our world. Okay? What's happened with Robin? Nothing. She's still around. She's just not as active. Sign is corrupted. It is. Yeah, Marty said that he's been drained of 55 pounds of water. That's why. Then we have this beautiful image here of this robotic horse. It's not a unicorn. And it just says, I'm ready. Yeah, unicorn has a horn. I don't know if they were going for the unicorn thing. But yeah, it says, I'm ready. And then it says OBS. OnPassive Business Solution. So, you know. Be careful, though, because I feel like you're going to get OBS mixed up with the OES. You know, there's just a lot of acronyms here. Just careful. Careful of that. And that is it. That is it for this week's amazing segment.
OnPassive Meme Review!
Yes, quite fun. As always, lots and lots of memes. Speaking of lots and lots of funny memes, I thought that we would see what Bill Must was doing. Also, speaking of Bill Must. Now all we need to see is Bill Must. Don't worry, I've got you. Bill Must has been posting up some interesting videos where basically it's English and then it's Hindi. So what I've done is I have actually taken out the Hindi because I don't speak Hindi. And we're going to react to one right now.
27th, 2025.
All right, hold on. It just goes really fast. So you got to be ready for it. So you can see John White and Bill Must production. All right. And this one is amazing. The name is When Reality Meets Reality Electric. Yep, that's what it's called. That's the name of it. Alrighty. So get ready for this. So you can see they've got the picture there that I showed you in the meme review that everyone's sharing. Like I didn't lie, as you can see. Here it is. John White and Bill Must production. Let's go.
On May 27th, 2025, something monumental took place in New Jersey, USA.
Monumental? Exaggerating a little bit.
That event connected the man who is our best friend, connected with the man who has millions of friends. This
What? Connected with the man who has millions of friends. Jesus Christ.
event might have little significance to the world. But for those who are a part of this incredible company that our best friend started almost 8 years ago, it was a milestone.
Why is it almost 8 years ago? It started in 2018. You're celebrating 7 years in June. Am I the crazy one right now? What is going on? Why have we added on a year again? I wouldn't make it longer. That doesn't look good. 7 years is long enough.
All of the hard work done by this union of minds whose hearts have been in unison finally physically met.
All of the hard work done by this union of minds. Like, I see what the problem has been then here. If OnPassive success is depending on these three, that makes sense, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Whose hearts have been in unison, finally, physically met. Like, they're treating this like it's a biblical moment. It's a bit crazy. Now I understand why you need so much succulent meat. It's for fluid replacement. Scam wow! May 27th, an international MLM scammer met up with a disability scammer. Yeah, not really monumental in my mind. Don't forget Captain Chris.
The things that have been accomplished by both men have transformed this
Well, I guess they're also forgetting one, so never mind.
company into to the most formidable company on the internet that not only will dominate the internet space but also affect in positive ways to benefit even those who aren't internet users.
The wording of these is always so bizarre. Like, why did we just word this in this way? Why?
Sir Ash Mufareh finally physically met with Mr. Marty DeGarmo, and it was electric.
Electric! You finally physically met with him.
Completely standing face to face with each other, and nothing between them but love and respect and admiration for each other's accomplishments.
Accomplishments. What accomplishments? Like, what have either of them accomplished? Even in OnPassive, though. I mean, for real. For real. Between them, hold on. Well, sitting.
That visit by Mr. Ash Mufareh with Marty DeGarmo and his family shows what kind of person our CEO is
I told you that they were going to do this.
and how much he loves Marty and his family, plus all the friends of Marty, which includes each one of our DeGarmo.
Each one of us. I guess they just didn't say that part, but it includes each one of us. So it's so weird the way that this is worded too, and the way that they're saying this is like, Ash loves Marty and his family and friends, as you guys saw when they met. You saw how much, I mean, he wanted to nibble on Marty's cheeks. And as you'll hear about, he fed him food and wiped it off his face and stuff. You know? And so since that's so special, Ash loves Marty, his family, and his friends as well. And guess what? You're one of Marty's friends. It was weird because I was like, now they're not members of OnPassive under Ash, right? And Ash isn't like a CEO leader person. Now they're Marty's friends. And then Marty is like the one that's close with Ash. It's just interesting. Interesting. Remember, get sick and you can get a visit. God-given holy hand. That's right. That is Ash's new job, working at a nursing home.
Mr. Ash Mufareh is not hiding from anyone.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I didn't think he was, but now I'm kind of like, is he hiding from someone?
Despite the fact that he is heading a company that will change millions of lives all across the planet, shows the deep love he has for us.
Despite the fact that he is heading a company that will change millions of lives all across the planet. Despite that fact, he shows deep love for us. Sounds a little insulting.
Mr. Ash Mufareh and Marty DeGarmo form the perfect union. So founders and affiliates never forget that moment.
You never forget that moment. It's very important in OnPassive history.
We are in for the ride of our lives.
Woo!
All the bumps and bruises and heartaches have been absorbed by Mr. Ash Mufareh.
No. The SEC case is still going on. You still don't have products or employees. Nothing has been absolved.
And his family
Absorbed.
and technology team and we founders and
I'm sorry, who? Your technology team? Oh, not this again. What do you mean the technology team? You don't have a technology team. Stop this.
Affiliates who have been in Mr. Ash Mufareh's company are in for an eclipse that will be incomprehensible.
Incomprehensible might explain it.
Get ready, तैयार रहें. We love this perfect union. हम इस perfect union से प्यार करते हैं.
Get ready, we love this perfect union. It really, God, it doesn't mean anything. Marty's sick, he's in the hospital. They went to go visit him. It's really not that deep. And as my community pointed out the other day, it took Marty getting sick and, being in a rehab center for them to go visit him. So, this whole thing is just weird. And the way that they're talking about it is weird. It's icky. It's icky. Ash got absorbed in Marty's cleavage. This is real breaking OnPassive news for the founders. It is. It is. It's just so funny. Every single time. It's like that when that guy ran into Ash at the grocery store and took a picture of it and did this huge long pose about how fabulous it was that they were shopping for groceries in the same place. And he just so happened to see him. Like he was in the perfect place at the perfect time. And got to meet Mr. Ash Mufareh. It's so cringe. It's oh, I don't like it. And this is a weird flex because, he was in the hospital. Anyway, there is one more that I want to go over with you. And so I've memed it for your pleasure.
No-brainer means something that requires or involves little or no mental effort. Founders and affiliates, we are in the no-brainer stage of the new direction in which we are going. Mr. Ash Mufareh has charted the course, and all we have to do is sit back and watch geniuses at work 24 hours per day for all of us. Mr. Ash Mufareh and his technology team are traveling on the super internet highway with only the positive traveling with them. No others are allowed on that highway. Mr. Ash Mufareh and his technology team speak only one language, and that is the language of love. When you have that one language, nothing can stop you from achieving your goals. It is impossible for Mr. Ash Mufareh and his technology team to be defeated. To be defeated. To be defeated. This is the law of the universe. They are not afraid of the task before them. They're relishing all of the difficult things that they are facing, and they are up to the task of delivering a company that we are all a part of. They are working when we are sleeping. They have renewed their minds and calibrated their hearts in unity. When this company rolls off the assembly line, it will send shock waves throughout the business world. Founders and affiliates, are you ready for the shock waves?
Are you ready for the shock waves? Founders and affiliates, are you ready for the shock waves? And other than that, I have nothing to say because I might go crazy if I have to hear them mention one more time that they have a fucking tech team. All right, I don't even. I have no words. I'm speechless. I'm just sure. Okay, tech team. Ah! I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about it. They won't let it go. They Bill Must especially is like, no, there's a tech team. I'm like, there isn't one. But sure, you can keep making videos about it. But it's all right. It's all right. We can cheer up. We can cheer up because at least Bill Must did do something really good for us here recently, this past week. Because we've really missed our dancing diaper babies. So, ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the latest Dancing Diaper Baby video by Bill Must Productions.
Oh, 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 yo. breaking the mold. A story of patience, turning visions to gold.
No shortcuts here, just sweat and design. Every late hour's a thread in the grand lifeline.
The wait is worth it, the countdown's alive. Our company's rockets primed to take flight. No chaos, no panic, just focus and tow. Mr. Ash Mufareh has it under control. Hands linked like circuits, the team's algorithm turning what if to when with relentless rhythm. From whiteboard to wildfire, rewriting the game. Ash's compass guiding the spark to a flame.
The critics can't see what we built in the quiet, but the launch pad's humming. We're ready to riot.
The wait is worth it, the countdown's alive. Our company's rockets primed to take flight. No chaos, no panic, just focus and tow. Mr. Ash Mufareh has it under control.
He's got the map where the X marks now. There is no room for someday. We're charging the crowd. The doubters fade as the engines ignite. Ash's name in the stars. It's our anthem tonight. Under control, every pixel, every plan. Ash leads the charge, watch the future expand. Under control, no mountain too tall. The world's about to catch up to us after all. To believe when the road was unclear. This launch is the proof we're pioneers here. So let the skies crack with the roar of our name. Ash Mufareh's legacy is etched in the flame.
Yeah. So there's that. Woo! What in the propaganda was that, huh? I mean, that's pretty much all Bill Must and John White do. They're just propaganda machines, just pumping out constant videos that keep people holding on. I mean, most of them aren't even marketing anymore. I can't say that that's marketing anything. Just telling them to keep waiting, you know? Good to see you. When this company rolls off, yeah, the real question is when. They tell themselves lies and believe them. Very true. At least he has the data center. No. Oh. Maybe that's what he's working on right now. Best product from OnPassive, those diaper bots. It's true. I think it is time that we just take a moment and ask ourselves,
I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
WTF? What the fuck? You know? Just gotta take a moment and ask ourselves, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on over here? What the fuck is going on over there? The fuck is going on with OnPassive? What is going on? Today's What the Fuck is all about correcting misinformation. And maybe it should not be. Or maybe it should be how not to correct misinformation. I love the intro to this. Awesome. So who cashed those payments from those random processors, right? Well, the money is frozen in the UAE. The UAE bank froze all the money. There was money in the OnPassive account in Dubai, and they froze that money. And I'm assuming most of the payments were a part of that. Sounds like it. I ask myself this every day, right? Same. So, as you guys have heard, there's been a lot of posting up of misinformation. You guys have been hearing Chris kind of bitching about how people are posting up misinformation that include him. And this is kind of one of those times. As you can see, this person posted up this video. Countdown starts for OnPassive. You know, big thing here. And it's not Chris in the thumbnail, but it looks like it's supposed to be Chris in the thumbnail. You know, it's like a bad AI version of Chris Johnson, right? As the thumbnail. So this was posted in a group filled with O-founders on Facebook. And I believe that this is one of the posts that Chris is talking about, because he specifically mentioned people saying that, you know, he was talking about there being a countdown until there was a start. And I was like, oh, he must have seen this one then. And the reason why I also think that is because our dear friend John Barilla, John, good old John here, we haven't heard from him in a little while, right? John Barilla here decided to respond. And this made me laugh and kind of go, what the fuck? And I'll explain to you why. So John's response to this person, you know, after they posted up this lovely post here, this video, was, there is no countdown yet. Just wait until Ash tells us, and the name of the business is also changing. So stop typing our old name. Ash told us drastic changes are coming. Nothing will be the same except Ash Mufareh. That's right. That's what he said. All right. But the thing about John Barilla that really bothers me is that John and people like Marty and Chris and stuff, you know, they tell people this on the Facebook, in the Facebook groups, but then they talk about OnPassive every day. Okay. They talk about OnPassive all over the place, and everything is OnPassive. And while John is saying that, this is what his Facebook looks like. So when your border on your Facebook is OnPassive, John Barilla, I'm a proud brand ambassador and all this, right? You can't then come into a group and tell people, hey, listen, stop talking about OnPassive. The name is changing. But my Facebook looks like this. And this is the type of thing that like happens over and over and over again. The just pure hypocrisy. Okay? And then you'll see John in chats. People will be, OnPassive is amazing. OnPassive is lovely. John's doing it too. You know? And it's like, okay, if you're going to do that, then do it all the way. Take down all of your OnPassive stuff then. Change your backgrounds and your borders and etc. Your pictures and everything. Take the OnPassive name out of all your stuff, and then you can tell other people what to do. So it just kind of made me giggle because I, of course, clicked on the John Barilla in there to make sure it was the John Barilla, you know, like just in case. You never know. It could be a fake account or something. So I wanted to make sure it was him. And then this is what I met with. You know, the irony was just kind of like, what the fuck, John? You know? Hello, Baron. Good to see you. Jelly says, it went from type OnPassive in all caps to don't type OnPassive at all, right? Right? Follow the drips to the trash, John. The thing about John that bothers me is he is a complete piece of shit creep, and I'm willing to bet money he's got some Me Too complaints that no one knows about because he's no one. Well, I don't know about all that, but he is kind of an asshole. I will say that. John Barilla was always getting annoyed about people not using caps to spell OnPassive. Now he's banning anyone who mentions OnPassive, and he's doing it while this is his banner on Facebook. You know, and you could see how, like, with all of them still looking like this, you could see why people would kind of be confused. Like, okay, are we all moving on? Like, because go to your profile, John, and it doesn't look like you are. Everyone else is supposed to move on except for John Barilla. He's allowed to have his OnPassive stuff still up. You know what I mean? It's like, come on. But like all of Marty and Chris's videos, they talk about OnPassive every day. So like if it's going to be a rule, make it a rule, but then it has to be a rule that everybody follows. You know? Like everyone has to follow the rule. It can't just be like I feel like they power trip some of these guys. And John Barilla is kind of a power tripper. And to me, this was just one of those moments that he was just kind of power tripping on someone. He loves to boss people around in the chats. You guys have seen him there with his Iron Fist mod wrench, you know, and he does it a lot in the Facebook groups and in their group chats. And this was just an example of him doing it to someone in the group chat to me. And it just really made me go, John, what the fuck? So that is it for this week's episode of WTF.
I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
WTF.
So yeah, hopefully John changes his border and then he can tell everyone to stop talking about OnPassive and I will have no problem with it. Because I will be like, yeah, no, his border isn't OnPassive anymore. So he can now do that, you know? Rules that everyone follows. Are we still talking about OnPassive? Yes. But that's part of the problem with them, right? It's like you can't do that and then not follow the rules yourself while you're yelling at other people to follow the rules. Like, come on, you know? Just like when they're like, oh, don't listen to anyone but Ash. Oh, and then also us. And then also these 30 channels that we like. Like, it's all confusing messaging, right? And people get very confused by this. It's like, just stop it. John is his own big wheel. It's very true. It really is. Or any other scammer call. It is true. They do like to keep you confused. You know, there's a reason why all of the business plans are confusing as hell. It's not just because it doesn't work and they try to explain it to you in a way that makes it sound like it does work. And there's like all these different levels and shit, so it sounds confusing, right? That's not the only reason. It's also like on purpose so that you're always like, what the hell is going on? Like, then you're always overworked because you're constantly doing webinars, doing posts, checking things out. If you're in another MLM, you're selling stuff. Not here, but elsewhere, you're doing more, you know? So you're just overworked. Never know anything that's going on. Everything's confusing. It looks like OnPassive gave a lot of people purpose. The problem is there's no OnPassive at all. The problem is that it was also kind of a false sense of purpose. Right? That's the issue. Now, see, I've often said if they just wanted to make like a community, it might be a little more culty, but and they didn't lie about the business stuff, you know, again, it would be more culty, but then they wouldn't be lying about the business stuff. Then they maybe wouldn't have collected a bunch of money from people. They could start a club or something if they just wanted to do webinars to hang out and do trivia. But all this other stuff, you know, it's BS. And it's just a bunch of lies and broken promises that are mounting up. Well, I miss Red's Color of the Week of the OnPassive news site. I do too. I hope that they get like a website going. You know, I hope that's one of the things that they plan on doing if they ever do start this up in any way. Did anyone watch Chris today? Yes. He was manic, shouting about how it's important to stay loyal. Almost compared Ash to Jesus. We've been doing that a lot apparently lately. There's a lot of that. Before we get into good old Christopher, because don't worry, we are going to get into Christopher today. Do not worry. We should make a website for them, but then I would have to tell the truth on it. They wouldn't like that, you know? Be like, OnPassive. This is a commercial cult of personality surrounding a man named Ash Mufareh, who can't seem to get his head out of his ass for long enough to even produce one product for these people to sell, after he stole $108 million from all of them. Get off the website right now. Don't come back. This is an awful place. The fact is, he ripped poor people off, and that is unforgivable. It really is, though. He went to the most vulnerable places that you could go. And it's because he knew that the only people he would be able to manipulate were people that were in a vulnerable position. I feel like he knew that. Nothing wrong with the truth. A new truth fact each day on the site. That's right. Start off with like, did you know that it took Ash several years to actually make his first product? Papua New Guinea of all places. That's right. He's just a piece of shit. That's why we make fun of him here. You know who else we make fun of here a lot? Tanya. Woo! Feel like it's been a while since we've done a good one on Tanya. And you know, usually when I'm talking about Tanya, I'm showing you guys her reign of terror, of her either being some kind of hellion moderator in a chat somewhere, yelling at people. Done that before. Or usually in Facebook groups, you know, bossing people around or writing very rude comments back to like questions and etc. But today we're going to do something a little bit slightly different. Instead, we're going to take a little trip to Tanya's Facebook account. I know she thinks she blocked me. That never stops me, Tanya. And John Barilla, I noticed you also blocked me. I will still be able to see you. I have my ways. You will never be able to actually hide from me. I am a tricky, tricky girl. Okay? Just know that. Tanya's been busy. Tanya's been busy this month. You know, so I thought it's the end of the month. Let's just take a little trip down her Facebook. As you can see, on May 14th at 10:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, my time, she posted, lately, sorry, I forgot I have to do the voice, don't I?
Lately, I get some videos, messages coming to my Facebook feed, just the Facebook algorithm, or something more important. Because I find myself in so many things stated in this video. I have that M on both my palms and the crescent moon too. But more important is how I feel. All my life, I felt like I was in the wrong place, wrong time. I lived with it, but these are some challenging times in so many ways. And when something like this comes in front of your eyes, it becomes more clear to you what is your purpose in this universe. Helping and serving others is just a natural part of me. Feeling different is something I cannot deny from my childhood.
Hello, Sam. Good to see you. I hope you're having a lovely Friday.
It feels like these are times for many things to show up from inside of me, but almost from the universe itself.
A little confused, thought she was a Christian, but then she posts this, which, as you can see, it's about reading your palm. You know, like magic, palm reading, New Age spirituality stuff. So I'm a little confused, Tanya. I thought she was a Christian. Usually Christians are like, magic's bad. You know, the Bible says don't do magic. Just saying. So, you know.
Hi, Sam. Good to see you.
He didn't want it, but I did it anyway. Just for you, Jelly. Just for you. But this one was a little bit weird because I was like, are we losing Tanya now? Should I be worried? Am I? I've seen people go down some paths after, you know, starting to post stuff like this. Right? So I was a little worried. A little worried. Just kind of like, keep that in mind. I have an M on my hands. Oh, God! I know, I'm like, I don't know what they mean, but you might want to look it up then. What if you have all three? I'm assuming most people probably do. Then you're just fucked. I deserve a crown for that. You do. OP throwing hands. Good one, man. Hands with M's on them. Be careful of that. Then the next day, Tanya posted again, which made me happy because I was kind of like, okay, good. Maybe she's back, you know? I was like, thought we lost you there for a moment, Tanya.
Man, I don't know what to think about this one. AI generated? Really? Never thought that something made by AI could make me cry that much. P.S. Don't pay attention to the video. It's not original.
And then she posts this up. So I'm a bit confused about this one. Because I'm like, what does she mean when she says,
don't pay attention to the video?
What does that mean? Like, which one does she mean? Don't pay attention to the video made by the AI? Or don't pay attention to the reactor who is calling out this for being AI? For those of you that don't know, because maybe you guys don't just watch commentary all day while you're cleaning your house like I do, but there's been a problem lately, the last like year or two, very particularly, with people making these fake, like America's Got Talent, The Voice, like all of these shows where people go on stage and they sing, they do a tryout. You know, there's been like fake American Idols and stuff, like all of the shows basically. And what people are doing is they're making like an AI video and then they're stitching it with the reactions of an actual episode of the show, right? And they're like making it into shorts or like shorter videos on YouTube if they're not like actual shorts. And people have been like falling for them. And there's been kind of this big thing where all these AI channels have popped up all over YouTube, everywhere, in every single niche, basically. But this one is just very weird because it's like a lot of times the performance is something that's obviously very fake. Like it will often be like a magic performance and it's like something that you couldn't do. Like with any kind of illusion. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you're like, obviously this is edited, but then they try to pass it off like a real video. So I feel like Tanya came across one of these videos, saw the video, felt something watching it, because some of them are made quite well. Some of them attach themselves to like a sob story, like the people in these shows often have, right? They always have like some kind of manipulative story that to, you know, get the emotions going by the audience, where they'll be like, oh, my mom never wanted me to sing and kicked me out at 16 because I kept singing in my bedroom. So now at 18, I'm here to try out for AGT, and I hope that I make it to the second round. And then it will like show the girl go out and sing, like, you know what I mean? Always some sob story. So it was it looks like something like that. My son left me, you know, like that's what that looks like to me. So Tanya fell for it. And now I think she's mad that this person has been like, this is AI, don't fall for it. And I'm like, so which video are we not supposed to pay attention to? And like, what's not an original idea? Is it original to steal like an episode of AGT and stitch it with your AI video? No, not anymore. People have been doing it for a little while now. It's getting annoying. They're everywhere. But, and is it original to call it out? I mean, I guess at this point, maybe not. But I do appreciate people that are calling out fake content. I think it's good for people to learn about media literacy, to know what to believe and not believe out here. It helps with critical thinking. And I don't really have a problem with that. So I'm kind of like, what's wrong, Tanya? Like, what is your problem here? I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure what she's complaining about. Which one, you know? AGT fakes are so obvious. Most of them are, right? What is that? Man turn into a zebra. America's Got Talent. That's right. There was like a crazy one like that, and it was just like, wow. But yeah, as you can see, it says, wait, this was made by AI, an AI song that left everyone in tears. And, you know, she's going, oh, I cried. So it couldn't have been fake. And I'm like, well, this might actually explain a lot. You know, Tanya was willing to fall for this. Maybe that explains. I don't know. But we're not done, because then on May 21st, you know, also in the morning, my time, she came on to post again on her Facebook and say,
every ending plants the seed for the new beginning. Indeed. We are witnessing that all the time. Yes, we talked about the inevitable paradigm shift should happen soon. Or is it already happening?
And I'm kind of like, Tanya, are we losing you again? Come back to us, Tanya.
But that shift is based on the knowledge from the past. The new beginning is a chance for new ideas, new energy, new values. Always our choice.
And then she posted it up with this. And it's just this picture here that says, every ending plants the seed for a new beginning. And it looks like a robotic Noah's Ark. I don't know what's going on, or the Titanic sinking. With a guy just kind of hanging out in the water here. I don't know, though. Unpassive seeds never grow. That's right. That's right. But I don't know what's going on, but I feel like this one was more about Unpassive, so I'm like, all right, yeah, she is back down to earth now. Tanya has come back to us. Good to have you back, Tanya. Posting about Unpassive. I'm assuming you're talking about the new beginning with them. You know, every ending plants the seed for the new beginning. Unpassive seeds never grow, but it's a nice thought. You know, I'll give her that, I guess. Could be worse. While ago, a couple days ago here, Tanya did another post.
Thank you for this one, Johnny Lindva. I must say one thing. I have never seen another company or community where so many people make songs about them. We are unique indeed. Heart.
And I'm like, yeah, no, that's might be true. Unpassive has way too many songs. Thank you, Sam, for the $4.99 Tanya Marshall Aid Fund. Marital Aid Fund. I read that so wrong. I am so sorry. Tanya Marital Aid Fund. I'm giggling too much. Unpassive seeds never grow, even though there's plenty of manure. That's right. But yeah, lots of songs, indeed. You know, there's always songs. That's one thing we'll also never run out of. We'll never run out of Unpassive memes or songs. All right, I don't think we have to worry. And then she posted up Mr. Q&A. Now, this got my attention. You know, I usually do enough songs here. I play 6 minutes of songs at the beginning of my stream every Friday. And then we usually do what I call a dancing diaper baby break. And then there's an outro where we play In It to Win It. And I feel like that's enough songs usually. But this one, of course, caught my attention a little bit. Because I was like, Mr. Q&A, who could that be in OnPassive? Surely it's not Ash, because he never answers anything. Like, what are we doing? Is it a question answer period in a song? Will there be any questions and answers? Are there answers in this that we need to know? You know, what is going on with this? And so I thought that we would just kind of watch it together and see what Mr. Q&A is all about, the song. We know it's a song. She's very excited about all the songs they have. But what kind of song is this? Heart? Heart? So let's take a moment. Listen. This one's interesting because this isn't Bill Must. John White. No. That's what we're used to over here. You know, we have a few other people that have done songs. This is a new one. This is by Johnny Lindva. You may remember he had a video that we did as a story time once in a FriYAY where he told us his story of joining OnPassive. You know, he's got brown hair, he's got glasses. You might remember him. But he made this song. So, you know, should be amazing. Woo!
Red fern guides with steady grace, serving
everybody dance,
leading the pace, day by day, answering each call. His dedication inspires us all. Behind the scenes, devoted and true, supporting Ash, vision in view, bridging questions, building trust. His commitment firm, strong and just. Mr. Q&A.
So far, I haven't heard one question. I haven't heard one question in this. Not one. All right? Not one question in Mr. Q&A. I swear to God, this is just going to be a song praising Ash again.
Always here to stay, leading the charge, lighting the way.
So it is Ash Mufareh then, or?
Passionate heart, devoted each day. Red fern, Mr. Q&A.
Oh, red fern. Congratulations. You're Mr. Q&A. Aw, how sweet. Look at that. Did a whole song for Red.
From affiliates, leaders to users in line, Red's tireless spirit continues to shine. His clear advice, his thoughtful voice, helping the founders make their choice.
So I thought that they didn't need help. It was all their own choice, according to Tanya.
Questions come quickly, answers flow, powering up Ash to steadily grow. Through every hurdle, every concern, his unwavering loyalty we have learned.
do we make this for him so that he didn't feel left out about not being at the rehab center for the visit? That's kind of nice.
Mr. Q&A, always here to stay.
They're like, we have him. We've got him forever in this cult. Red will never leave us.
Leading the charge.
Is he
lighting the way? Passionate and hard.
Not more passionate than Ash Mufareh, though, obviously. I wonder how Red is feeling. Ash seems to concentrate on US founders these days, not UK. Well, I heard through a little birdie that Red asked too many questions. Flew too close to the sun, if you will. Must have been riding on that dove bike, you know? And that's kind of why the OnPassive 360 with the three of them, where Ash was coming on once a week, kind of stopped. So there was a little bit of rough waters there. I don't know if things have been smoothed out. I know that Marty and Chris have always included him. They always bring up that he's streaming every day, you know, and all that. So things always seem to be okay there. But it is true. He's really just talking to Marty and Chris right now. I don't even know if he's talking to Gersminder as much anymore, because there was a time when they were talking quite frequently. And I haven't even heard about that at all. Everyone needs their own theme song, it's true. Now Red has his.
Devoted each day.
Every day.
Red, red fern. Mr. Q&A. Rhythm.
I'm telling you, out of all of the people who would have been Mr. Q&A, Red was not on the top of my guesses.
Pulsing, community strong.
Rhythm pulsing. Because of all the songs. Okay. We'll go with that.
Red's commitment helps us belong. Unified in vision, clear and bright.
He did. He's always kind of worked, though. More seasonally, I believe. Like, he only does the chef thing, I think, in the summertime. But I think he might have had to get a more regular chef job. Red's wife sparked him up. He spent all that money on all those positions. It's true. And, like, that's the other thing. I don't know what's going on with that now. Like, if you bought many positions, are you going to be able to have many positions? Because, like, the KYC thing was always kind of an issue, right? If you were going to have more than one position. Because it looks very fraud-like if you have 17 positions in an MLM company. Right? Like, there isn't really a KYC that would be like, yeah, that's cool. You know? So, I'm still wondering what's going on with all that, too. Are we going to have all those positions still? If this thing does start back up? How are they going to get past the KYC? There was a time where they were actually giving people instructions on how to basically lie, if you guys remember. Close to when I was first covering them. It was one of the first really shitty things that they did. After I started covering them right at the beginning, was they were giving people instructions and they were telling them to go and get a neighbor, to basically use like a neighbor's identity so that they could sign up like an account as their neighbor, and then they would just have an account in their neighbor's name. And it was like, no, you can't just do that. Like, what do you mean? Worst advice ever. They were like, this is how you commit fraud. Let me give you very clear instructions. Step 1. When the KYC asks for ID, go get somebody else's. No, it won't be them running the account, but no one has to know that but us. It's like, It was just fucking weird. So, like, and like ever since then, I've been wondering. And that's one of those things where it's like, no one ever asks about this. I don't know if you would be allowed to ask about this without them like freaking out. We've seen what happens when you actually ask a real question, right? Just recently, too. You kind of get yelled at. You get told, oh, well, we'll talk about that later. Why are you asking that right now here on a webinar during a question and answer session, you idiot? Like, why are you asking me a question during our question and answer session at the end of the webinar? What are you thinking? That's what happens. So, like, I don't even know. Will we ever get an answer to that? I don't know. Maybe not. And then what will happen? Will we ever hear about this again? You know? And I think people get frustrated because, like, they want the O founders to be like, well, what about my 17 accounts? You know? And it's like, yeah, but they don't want to make anyone mad. You know? The ones that do speak up are already on their way out. They've already given up, right? They're like, this thing isn't going to happen. Fuck these guys. And then they yell at them. Unfortunately, that might be the only thing that you can get out of this, is being able to yell at them on your way out the door. Especially if you're not in the US. The SEC still might be able to do something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what their plan is about that. So they do want to get back the 108 million eventually, if they can, right? That's what the court case is about. But I wonder what will happen with all those. Like, all of them have multiple accounts. All of the main people, right? They all have at least a few accounts. So that will be interesting to see what happens if anything does happen here. I'm not holding my breath.
With Red's guidance, success inside.
I guess we can't depend on Chris's site, so.
Mr. Q&A, always here to stay.
It's not time for that question in public. Exactly. That's like a direct quote. Like, not time for that question in public during the public Q&A that we're doing. Like, okay, why are we doing this publicly then? When can we ask this in private? I wonder. Now listen, Ash apparently showed up on a webinar a couple nights ago. 2 or 3 nights ago. Ash showed up, but they didn't record it, they said. So some people are a little bit upset too that didn't get recorded, because if they weren't on the Zoom for this meeting, then they missed it. And Chris teases it and goes, oh, he said some great things, but we didn't record it. So I don't know, maybe they answered the private questions then. I doubt it, though. I doubt it.
Leading the charge, lighting the way, passionate heart, devoted each day. Red fun,
red fun.
Mr. Q&A, forever grateful. Proudly we say, thank you, Red, for paving the way. Your
Marty's over here like, what about me?
legacy steadfast and true, and Founders thrives because of you.
Okay. All right. I mean, I guess good job, Tanya. It was a good song, you know? I think it's funny. She doesn't mention at all that it's about Red. She's just like, good song. Your shoes need an account. One for each shoe, right? One for the left, one for the right. So yeah, and that was his official lyric video. So I'm glad that we did that together. You know? Pretty generic AI cringe slop. Yeah. It was very Bill Musty, I do have to say. You know, who do you guys like better? Bill Must Productions or John Lindba? And his Mr. Q&A. He has more songs. You know, we could start looking through them. That's pretty much all he does on his channel now, is he does songs like this, and then he also posts up the webinars that Ash is at. None of the other ones, just the ones that Ash comes to. Self-funding subscriptions. So much cringe, right? Lots and lots of it. But we're not done with Tanya yet. Because the other day, Tanya did another post. It was a beautiful post.
United we stand. Heart, heart, heart.
And then she posted up these pictures. Yep, these ones right here. These pictures. She posted these up. Because, you know, I haven't seen them enough. Everyone's posting them up. They're making videos where they're showing a slideshow of these pictures and to music. You know, it's everywhere. You can't get away from these three right now in OnPassive, you know. We do need a Sherry song. Yeah, John, do a damn song for Sherry. All right? She puts so much work into her lives. And then nobody watches them. It's so rude. But Tanya's out here, you know.
United we stand.
Heart for each of them, I guess. And it's like, I still, you know, it's like, cool. Yeah, you went to go see him in the hospital. But this doesn't mean that OnPassive is any closer to launching. And like, did this really make you that much closer? I mean, it wasn't that long of a visit, it sounds like. It's like the OnPassive Jalta conference. Mufareh is Stalin, Marty is Churchill, and Chris is Chris. Oh no, not those pics, right? I'm sick of the top one. If I have to see these pictures again, I swear. I swear. Isn't that Chris's backdrop painting? No, it's not. It does look like it, though, because both are just a generic outdoor painting. His is a mountain. Don't worry, you'll see it soon. This is like some close-up flower, but I could see why you would think that it's the same. I mean, they have the same color walls, so there's that. There is that. But no, Chris did travel. He did do a live stream from the hotel. It just wasn't all that interesting. So I figured I would spare you. I'm only going to talk about it when something interesting is happening or when they're being extra, extra weird, like today. But that is it for this week's segment of Tanya Posts. So that was great fun. You know, we haven't done a video reaction, really talking about Tanya. I don't know if she's done many videos, but if you are interested in me maybe reacting to a little bit of her, if I can find her anywhere, then let me know. And maybe we will do that, you know? I think right now we're going to have our commercial break. We go for a little commercial break. You have 7 minutes to grab a snack, you know, or go to the bathroom. You could take me with you if you wanted to. I won't know. I mean, I won't know. Just don't tell me in the comments. I don't know. Do whatever, you know, or you could sit back and have a little giggle at the ads. I try to make them fun. All right, all of them are just in fun. I am going to be redoing them. I thought we would switch them up, you know, for the summertime. I'm hoping to do that for my birthday stream. So I'm hoping. Don't hold me to that, though. But we're going to do a little ad break. Then we're going to see who's kissing Ash. I'm going to introduce you to a new segment that we're doing. And we're going to be checking in with Chris Johnson. And like always, I have a little story time, to wind down the night. You won't want to miss any of this. All right? So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Today's video is brought to you by...
Do you have a berserker demon? You may think that's a strange question, but I've dealt with berserker demons. What's a berserker? The word describes ancient Nordic warriors who fought with uncontrollable rage. This is where we get the expression, he was so angry, he went berserk. In the days of Vikings, berserkers would enter a trance before battle to get supernatural strength. They fought with a frenzy. Sound like someone you know? As we say, they lose it. Explosive anger can come from frustration, feeling disrespected, trauma, mental and hormonal issues, and drugs, but uncontrollable rage can be demonic. As an exorcist, I've dealt with berserker demons. If you've got one, you'll need more than anger management therapy. You may need an exorcism of a berserker demon of anger. That's inhuman. I'm here to help at boblarson.org.
Whoa, looks like you got a bit of a tangle in your dangle. Did you know that more than 8 out of 10 hose owners die each year? Not anymore. Hey, turn me on and watch my hose get huge. My mom always told me I was a grower, not a shower, and boy was she right. And if you squeeze me in the right spot, all my raging fluids will come flying out of me, and instantly I'll retract to my small, natural, convenient size. Amazing! Oh, yep. Shout outs to all my flowers and growers out there. And just like a real snake, it can contract and expand like an accordion. You know, we really wanted to name it the Snake Hose, but that's the title of a gay porno. I mean, I've never seen it, but lizard's close enough. This is my next door neighbor, Sharon. She didn't know I was filming her. She also didn't know I had my hose in my hand, too. If your hose weighs more than 15 pounds, I feel sorry for you. You see, women prefer light, dainty, petite hoses. You don't want to be walking around with a big honking nanner. Oh, Sharon. Whoa, watch the whoa, don't get it caught on the thing. Whoa. Hey, buddy, watch where you're going. You don't want to end up like that guy, still using a standard hose, not going anywhere, and he's fucking bald. Fuck! Look at my hose, people. Oh, yeah, it's growing fast, and it's not kinking up anytime soon. Now, I don't know who lives here, but it's time to wake up. Behold, the full length and girth of my hose and its full potential. Hey, can't you see I'm filming a commercial here, you fucking asshole? Wah! Take that, fuckboy! No one fucks with my hose! The lizard hose is about $30. You get 25 feet. That's like, just a little bit more than $1 per foot. Nah, fuck it, we'll give you 2. That's 50 feet. Get fucked. Come on, touch it.
Wait, do you have a condom? You don't have one somewhere? Yes. Oi, excuse me there, sir. Do you have these directions? Sure, you just go down that way and make a turn. Don't let her know that your dinger is almost a no-go. Get Tiny Dinger condoms to you discreetly. It's very important to choose the right size, so make sure that you get your tiny size. Don't be caught without a condom. No. Get Tiny Dinger condoms, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. Located at your local CVS, pharmacy, Rexall, Shopper, Drug Smart, Walmart, and in your favorite streamer's nightstand.
get it. You're into feet, and not many girls are also into feet, but you finally found your dream woman. We got your souls covered now. Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Digger Condoms, trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand, and the same people who brought to you Sexual Endorphin Spray, trademarked. We have now created the Foot Fetish Fantasia Spray. When you're rubbing on her toes, take a deep breath in and smell the sweet aromas of the toilet bowl, the tire shop, dead flowers, and your nana's perfume. After all, it will turn you on more than just her pinky toe will. This little piggy has been to the market and grabbed themselves a bottle of the Foot Fetish Fantasia Spray, trademarked. It made it so much easier to wake to my ex-girlfriend's feet after she posted up her beach trip vacay photos. Grab your bottle now and make that nasty foot fragrance vanish just like a ghost. Located at CVS Pharmacy, Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Kmart, Chad's R Us, and in your favorite foot fetishist nightstand.
Are you getting upset with people's freedom of speech and consumer protection laws that allow the public to speak out about your scam? Are you giving YouTube creators false strikes in order to continue preying on vulnerable people? Is it getting hard to hold it in? Hold in all the bullshit? Well, introducing Tiny Digger Diapers, the adult diaper designed for the man baby deep down inside who's always on the way to the top where his ears will pop. With our FlexiFit technology, Tiny Digger Diapers moves with you whenever you sit on your chair, sit in your RV, sit on a boat, or sit in your home office paid for by the people you scam. The Secure Lock Core offers unmatched absorption for when you're full of shit, which is most likely all the time. These diapers keep you dry and comfortable so you can attend all 500 hours of webinars this week and not miss your chance to sign up a homeless man to your scam. Maybe he also needs the diapers, huh? Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Digger Condoms and Fantasia Foot Spray. Buy Tiny Digger Diapers today. Located at Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Target, your local CVS pharmacy, and in your favorite con artist nightstand. No matter where your day takes you from webinar to webinar, you will always be dry and you won't have to cry. Thank you for listening to a message from today's sponsor. So I thought that we would get into the video of Chris Johnson. A couple days ago, Chris went live and he described the visit with Ash in more detail and talked about meeting Marty and Ash. And there was just a lot that he said that was kind of crazy that I need you to hear.
Hey, sorry guys. I forgot to advertise out, so I was doing that. And John Burla, thank you for helping me with that. Again,
good job,
John. I'm not sure if Marty's going to pop on. He's going to try. Let me do the birthdays and the prayers, and then we're going to get into it. Bill Must and John White, we're praying for you. Bill, John just sent me a new video. John's been sending me the script of what he's putting out, which is really good. I did share their video from this morning on my Facebook. I have not watched it yet, but I know it's good, so make sure you check it out. Roy Davies. Our eyeballs, Roy. Keep praying, boy. I need my eyes, let me tell you. And I can see they're just a little swollen. I've been working with a lot of dust and dirt, so we're praying for our eyes, Roy. Ash is doing phenomenal. His family is doing phenomenal. Please keep them in your prayers. Mr. DeGarmo is getting there. Little different challenges every day. He's pushing himself. Pray for him, his wife, Dawn, those beautiful kids, his grandkids. You got to meet Zach a little bit. He's really a good guy. So, Zach, if you're on here, I love you, man. Thank you. And you can throw some prayers my way for my beautiful daughter, my handsome son, who are going through some stuff. But I tell them, put God first. Everything's going to work out. Everything will work out. So I tell you all that. Put God first and everything will work out for you. Doesn't happen right away, kind of like this company's going through, but it's going to happen. God's timing. Remember that. Take it away from them, Lord. They don't want it. They don't need it. It's painful. Help them. Please help them, Father. Amen. All right. Let's get into this. Let me get on the chat, see what's going on here. Good to see everyone. I'm going to try to keep up with it. It's not easy. I see all my favorite people are here, which is all of you. Let's talk a little bit about what happened the last couple of days and a few other things. As you all know now, you've seen the video. We, myself and Ash Mufareh, flew down to see Mr. DeGarmo. Surprise! It was planned for over 4 weeks, and we just couldn't get the time because Ash's schedule is so darn busy. And I mean busy. And I said it, we had a webinar last night of anyone talk a little bit about what was going on. Ash actually showed up, but we didn't record that part. Sometimes when he does this, he just wants to talk to the people in the room, and he doesn't want it recorded. So I got a lot of respect for that. But he said good things. He really did. So don't worry about that. So we went down there. We had some crazy times, great stories, and one of the most, two of the most memorable moments that I had was number one, seeing Ash with Marty. Big thing. Number two, hold on, I can add another one, is me getting to meet Marty finally, and crazy stuff like that. When Ash first came in, as you guys saw the video, when he first came in the room, he said he wanted to take everyone out to dinner. And I'm going to roll this all into something real good. You just have to pay attention. He said, Chris, we're going to take everyone out.
All right, so before we continue into the story about the dinner and the visit and everything, already, I just got to let you know, I did speed it up a little bit. I did take out the prayers, but we already have some faith manipulation. And the way that Chris does that prayer for people with cancer is like really cringe to me. I don't know why I had to show that to you. Just so far, it's been a lot. And yeah, he was waiting for Marty. Spoiler, Marty does not come, which I'm kind of glad about. But it's like, let him rest. This is top tier cringe. It is. Busy doing what? I don't know. I don't know what he's allegedly doing, but he's so busy in all these meetings still. And it's like, okay, he's traveling. Like, it's crazy. And this is like Chris being completely delulu.
Out to dinner, let's find a restaurant. We did that. And I said, we're gonna bring you back some food, Marty. Don't you worry. But then I thought about it. I says, oh, yes, we are. That the place shuts down at 8:00. You can't get in, you can't get out. Literally. And I said, Ash, we got one problem here. We're not gonna be able to get this food back into them. He goes, why? I said, because they lock the doors down at 8:00 in the evening. Ash's words,
Okay.
and I'll say it again.
That's the rules of the place. You might be wondering why they would have a rule like that. Well, because come 8:00, a lot of the residents will be like getting ready for bed, going to sleep. A lot of them are elderly or people that are very, very sick. So, they want to wind down around that time. It's enough time to like go and visit someone for dinner, have a little visit after, it's not like they close at 6. But they have this rule for a reason, and usually they also don't let outside food in. And what's interesting about Marty is Marty has been bossing around the nurses, it sounds like, telling them what to feed him, as we heard yesterday, telling them when he should be doing his exercises. They apparently wanted to do some exercises with him, wait a couple hours, do more. He told them no and made them do everything right away. So there's a lot of like that going on. And now we have this situation here that Chris is going to tell us where they just completely ignore the rules of the facility. And it's like they think that they're above the rules, like they don't have to follow them. And like Ash is this magic man that can just like get anything that he wants. And apparently he may be.
Because I'm proud of what he said. I loved what he said. Look at me. I'm all disorganized today. I don't care. Anyway, he went up to the front desk, the lady that was in charge of the door, and he says, is that true you guys shut the door at 8:00? Yes, sir. That's the rules. Can't get in, can't get out. And this is Ash Mufareh's words. Why would you lock the love out? Why would you lock the love out of this building at 8:00? I want you to think about that. This is the guy who just walked in the building, wants to take care of his brother, his family. And they're telling him, no, you can't do it. So with a few persuading words from Mr. Mufareh on one end and me on the other end, we got a phone number of a manager, a night manager that he talked to, actually gave her a bunch of flowers, said we need some help.
Bought a manager flowers and said we need some help. So now we have bribery. Wonderful.
Ash kept saying to me, we might have to break some rules, Chris, which was cracking me up.
Everyone wants a CEO that's willing to break the rules and the laws and the regulations. As Ash has shown us, not only does he do this with his business, he apparently just doesn't follow rules anywhere. He thinks he's above the law everywhere. I could think of 100 different reasons. Yeah, right?
Anyway, we went out to dinner, had a great time. Of course, Ash, if you know Ash, he stuffs you to the gills with healthy food. He won't let you eat anything unhealthy.
Now, I was very confused because I had seen a post on Chris's Facebook where Chris shows himself going out to dinner with like Marty's son and his wife and like the kids. But he doesn't show Ash there. Ash isn't there at all. And I'm very confused because I was like, if Ash went out to dinner with them, so I think, I don't know if he went out to dinner again with like the next night or the night before or something with just Marty's family. I don't know. But I expected to see some pictures of them out at dinner together with Ash there, and I haven't seen any. So that was a little bit weird. If anyone knows what that's about, please do let me know. When stupidity has a mouth, yep. Mufareh decides what the other people at the table eat. Probably. Right? He seems like that type.
We order, Marty is at the table with us on a phone because I want him to be part.
So they had dinner with Marty's family out at a restaurant. Marty can't leave the facility. And so they put him on the phone on like a video call so that he could be at the restaurant with them. I bet Ash accidentally left his wallet in the hotel room. Apparently he did pay for it. There is that. You know, it's about time he bought them a meal, really.
Part of it, because he's not allowed to leave. And we're talking, and I said, hey, Marty, what do you want to eat? But we're going to bring you some food. He goes, ask my sister Patty and Dawn. They'll let you know.
Which is weird. It's like, why wouldn't you just let them know when they ask you? If I asked somebody what they wanted to eat, they were like, ask the people that you're with instead. I'd be like, but I'm asking you what you want to eat right now. In this exact moment. What the heck, you know? I'm sure Ash paid in BTC. Hello, Agent Dawson.
So they tell us what he wants.
I am having quite the thunderstorm here, by the way. So if something happens to my internet, it's because there's a storm.
We get the food.
Just started.
We're leaving. Ash says, come on, you're coming with me. Oh, here we go again. Where are we going now? Well, I know we're going back to Marty's. All right, well, you might have a problem. Let's see. We get to the door. And let's put it, I shared the story last night. I'm going to skip to the most important. We got in. And
now, the first time I heard this, the way that Chris says this, I was really taken aback. And I'll tell you why afterwards. But just listen to how he tells this next part of the story. And then I want you in the comments as quickly as you can to tell me why you think it's weird.
People were looking at us like, who the heck are these guys just to walk in like that? And we didn't just walk in. An angel opened the door for us. An angel, a Filipino young angel opened the door for us and let us out, by the way, without no recourse, no questions, just in and out. It was definitely, I told the kid, the angel, you must be a Christian, I said to him. He said, yes, sir, I am. I said, because God definitely connected us tonight. We really needed this to help out our brother. It was really cool. So
I found that very bizarre. The whole thing is bizarre about how he tells this. So we came to the door. Now, allegedly, they bribed a manager with some flowers and said to her, please arrange for us to sneak into the building after 8 p.m., which is kind of like rude. I don't know. Why wouldn't you just have arranged to go to dinner earlier on and then made it back by 8 p.m.? You know what I mean? But anyway, I digress. You didn't. So they show up there and then they're met by somebody at the door. And Chris, for some reason, feels the need to let us know that they're young and Filipino. And I was just like, the one thing that's weird about Chris and Marty, sometimes Ash and stuff, when they like tell stories like this, is they always feel the need to tell us like the race of the person in the story. And it took me aback for a second, because I was like, I've never once in my life like told a story to someone, anyone, and felt the need to, while I'm telling the story, let the people know of the races of like the characters in the story. Because it doesn't usually matter. Unless like you would need to know for the story. I don't have many stories like that. I guess. But it caught me off guard that he was like a Filipino, young, angel. And I was like, why did we have to know those two things about the person? That was weird. I mean, it doesn't add anything to the story, really. It doesn't take anything away either. It's just kind of like weird details. Like, is it just me? Because I feel like they do these things a lot where they'll just kind of like add that in. And I'm like, that's weird. Am I the only one that doesn't do that? Like, I've never been like, and then at the store, the cashier, who was Filipino, by the way, the cashier, they were Jewish, they were black, they were like, I've never felt the need to like identify people. And maybe it's just because I don't do the whole identity politics thing. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But it was just like bizarre to me. Like, is it weird that they were Filipino and they did that? Because it's like, why are you bringing that into the story? Does that have to do with anything? Like, by the way, there's a lot of people that are Filipino in the healthcare industry. So it's not weird. Like, so this is what, that's what kind of like takes me. I'm like, why are you telling us this? I don't know. It's just weird. There's just so many moments like that in OnPassive. This is one of the more mild ones. There's been worse ones. Like that time that Ash stopped that poor girl from speaking to ask her if she was the darkest black person in her country. That was just fucking weird, you know? Like moments like that where I'm like, what is going on here? Like, what is that about? And I've never had someone tell me a story and then be like, oh yeah, but then, you know, the girl that let me in was black or something. Like, it's just, I'm like, I've never, like, people don't talk about people in this way. Maybe it's just where I'm from. I don't know. But that just kind of took me. I felt like that was bizarre. And then the way that he describes this person as like this angel, and can we be honest? We're breaking rules. So like, it's not a great situation. I mean, it was nice of them, I guess, to make an exception to allow something like that. I just hope that they do that for anyone who requests something like that, you know. I don't know. But this whole thing was just very, very bizarre. They could have ordered a dinner for Marty. Yeah, well, they brought it to him, but it's like, okay, the place closes at 8. So you could have gone out for dinner at like 6, 5, you know, made sure you were back by 8. Anyway, it gets more weird as he continues to tell us about this visit.
The point I'm getting at is We had a bag full of food. I mean, tons of food. We walk all the way to Marty's room. We go in there. He's kind of sleeping. Ash wakes him up.
It's like, thanks. I figured you walked to his room with the food.
And I sat down in Marty's big chair, which is in there. And Marty wakes up and Ash says, well, we got you a whole bunch of food, brother. Wake up. Wakes him up and then...
Marty wakes up and then Ash says, we got a whole bunch of food for you, brother. Wake up. So Marty wakes up. Anyone else catch that?
Starts hand feeding Marty. Hand feeding him. Literally putting food into his mouth, wiping his mouth, putting food into his mouth. A lot.
I only watched up to here the first time I watched this. And I immediately was like, oh no, they're going to do the biblical servant thing. They're going to do the thing where they're going to be like, Ash is a servant. He doesn't care that he's the CEO of the greatest AI company in the whole wide world that's going to save all of humanity and that he's so special and that God sent him down to earth. Okay? He will hand feed even Marty DeGarmo the blob while he's in the rehab center in a hospital bed, and he'll wipe the food from his mouth. He's a servant. He serves like real Christians do, because there's a lot in the Bible about being a servant. It often has to do with feeding other people. Washing feet is a big one for some reason as well. And I just knew right away. Before I just stopped the video, right like I did right here. Then I went, oh, here we go. I got to get ready for this. This is going to be fucking stupid.
Out of it. He's got a neighbor, Larry, I told you about. We got a lot of food. Ash is Christy and Larry wants any of this food too. Oh, Larry loved the food, by the way. He was going ballistic. And I sat there in awe thinking, the guy that a lot of people say bad things about is hand feeding came from a distance to spend.
Guys, we can't talk badly about Ash Mufareh anymore because he fed Marty some food. Hand fed him. And then wiped the food from his face. Chris said so. All right? That proves how good of a person he really is. He's a servant like Jesus.
Time with his family, to spend time with him, and then actually hand feed him. I said at that moment,
yes, Chris, we get it. He hand fed him. All right? He didn't feed him with his feet. He didn't put the spoon in his butt cheeks. He hand fed him. We understand.
A video or take pictures of this. To me, it was more special.
But I have no pictures of this because to me, it was a moment I just wanted to share, just the three of us alone.
It was a special moment. I said I'm definitely going to talk about this, but I want it to be. I don't want it to be publicized as far as videos.
Pictures or it didn't happen. Proof or we don't believe it. Everything is all religion. It is. Everything goes back to religion with Chris. I mean, he started this thing with 8 minutes of prayer. I cut out 8 minutes of the start of this. I showed you the little prayer he did for people with cancer because the way he did that was very weird. Like he was some kind of powerful priest or something. He was the one taking away the cancer. It was bizarre. But other than that, there was like almost 8 minutes, just under 8 minutes of him just going, like listing names and going, pray for this person. Pray for Magical Nev. He got here late and now he's upset. Pray for Scam Chan. He's really upset about another scam that he has to try to stop. Pray for Mr. Level. All right, so that he sings the outro for us like he always does. All right? And pray for Go-Go so that she keeps going. Go-Go gotta go-go. You gotta just go-go to the go-go, you know? Just for 8 minutes straight. Like, what are we doing? You know? Like, what is that? 8 minutes! Non-stop. It doesn't sound like that long, but when you're just listing off people and then saying, pray for them for this, pray for them for this, pray for them for this. It's a very long time. If you don't believe me, you can go and watch his videos. But we're up to 8 minutes of prayers now that I take out because I can't do it anymore. Oh, heck no. The last thing Marty needs is more feeding. The thing is, like, the hospital usually has food for you for a reason, you know? Marty will look like a floating air balloon. He already does to me. I don't think it mentions red meat specifically. These people. I should have taken him for a walk. That might have been nice. I don't know if he's allowed to go out at all, though. Oh, hell no. Pray for Jelly so she can give us more snacks. Yeah. Just like on and on and on. And some of them are a little silly. They are. Just popping each other's assholes is all I see in here. It's constantly, it's just like, and pray for this person and their family. Sometimes he doesn't even tell you why. Right? It'll just be like a whole list. Pray for Lamar Reynolds and his family. Pray for Albs and his family. Pray for Joe from Detroit and his family. Pray for Sherry and her family. And then, of course, you know, pray for Salami Nugget and all his little nuggets. And you're just like, okay. And then Mufareh undid his shirt buttons and whipped out his man boobies. He's just like Jesus. It's just, I don't even know what we're doing anymore. But yeah, it keeps getting worse.
And then I actually said, this is like a biblical moment for me.
Oh,
and I remember about how Jesus Christ fed his disciples. Fed his disciples. We get into the thing that Ash Mufareh said many times is, in order to be a great leader, you have to serve people.
I'm like, I've been doing this for too long. I'm like, I'm either psychic or I've been doing this for too long. You know? Why can't I've said this so many times. Why can't he just say, pray for everyone in OnPassive and everything that they're going through? Say a little prayer. Like, actually do a prayer, because he doesn't actually ever actually pray. He just tells you to pray for people. But there's, like, that was the closest thing to a prayer we've got to. It's kind of freaky, so maybe we should be glad about that. But, like, do a little prayer then, and then just go. Like, it's so annoying. I feel like most people turn it off at the beginning. Especially the replay. They all fast forward through that. You know that. Ash is so busy. Like, imagine people are actually like, I can't wait till Chris says my name and tells everyone to pray for me. You think there's people that are like that? Maybe there is. Man boobies. He's just like Jesus. I left one prayer for Chris in the Discord. Interesting.
And he was serving them. I witnessed it with my own eyes. Actually, I lost it a little bit. I'm thinking, what is he doing? Marty's looking at me. What is he doing? I said,
what is he doing?
You.
What are you doing?
I don't think that he could ever top that, even though he will. But it was something very personal. It was a personal moment. It was something I wish everyone was in the room for, but I know they couldn't be. But I want to let you know that Ash Mufareh is who he says he is. He believes in serving others. He didn't set out in this company to make billions of dollars, which I believe in the future he will, which I also believe that he's going to give most of it away. I was in awe. And I said to him, I said, Ash, this is the kind of things that I want people to know about you. You know, the good people and even the evil people. And they would see him in a different way. I've seen this now a few times. Actually, I've seen it a few times and I've heard about it a few times. The people that he's helped. He did talk about another family member after he left from New Jersey that he went to help out. And you don't know this, but he does this all the time. Not only just building this company, he helps people out where he sees it needs to be needed.
That's his own family. He's supposed to.
I think the biggest thanks we can ever give to Ash Mufareh is to say, I want to follow in your footsteps. I want to help people out. And in the future,
who has he helped? You're like, and then he had to go to this place. Like, and how is this man traveling the world? Like, what is this man doing that he can apparently just like travel to different states and shit. Like, where is this money coming from? He's getting sued by the SEC for $108 million. All right. He allegedly has from 40 million to 52 million, depending on what source, frozen in bank accounts in the UAE. Okay. What money? Like, he hasn't accepted anybody from you guys since apparently June of 2022. And that's like technically the 108 mil, right? So like, what are we doing? How are we traveling? What are we traveling for? Like, what is this work? Because he's the only employee. Unless he's going to meet with his lawyers in person. But that would be one trip there and back. We're done. Sounds like he's going on tour. How are we doing this? And then, like, I've also questioned if he's paying for Marty's rehab right now because of the way that they've talked about it. It sounded like he could just call up the rehab and complain. And it made me wonder if he had something to do with paying the bill. But at the very minimum, you're telling me that he's traveling all around. And I just have to ask, with what fucking money? Like, what is happening over here? You know? Bitcoin must be going up. I mean, it must be the Bitcoin that he has, the crypto, because I'm like, what money does he have? Like, how are we doing this? What is going on?
In the future, don't know how long. I wish it was a day. I wish it was yesterday. Not saying any dates or anything like that. I believe in my heart that you'll be able to help out anyone you need that needs. Serving other people is probably the greatest thing that you can do in your life. It's not about making millions of dollars. It's about helping.
But it is about making millions of dollars to all of you, though. So that you can then help save humanity. Remember? From selling all the technology and making everyone use OnPassive in the world.
Helping people. Plain and simple. God's rule. God's law. Help the needy. Be nice to people. Love thy neighbor. Okay? Love thy neighbor. What did he say? Why are you locking the love out of this building? I'll say it again. Why are you locking the love out of this building?
Okay, it's not that crazy. Like, the things they quote of this man. Ash would be like, the sky is blue. They would be like, and Ash said the sky was blue. It was amazing. It was fabulous the way that he just came out here and just said, the sky is blue. It's not, by the way, but anyway, we won't get into all that. But, like, why are you locking the love out of this building? It was so profound when he said that. I was like, oh, my heart. How poetic of him. He's a real Shakespeare, this man.
Ash Mufareh's words to the head manager.
They will put it on quotes now. They'll be like, why are you locking the love out of the building? Ash Mufareh 2025. And they will be like, this is the greatest thing he said in a long time. And nobody heard him say it. It's just Chris saying that he said it. I don't even know if this story's true.
We're saying there's people out there that love these people. They want to come in and visit them, and you shut the doors at 8 o'clock. And he did it in the most beautiful, professional way I've ever seen. That's one thing that he's really good at. He knows how to talk to people without...
You mean manipulate people?
Showing anger or just, just nastiness. It's something he's not done, ever done. And
well, that's a lie. I mean, we have videos of him freaking out on people, like there was the whole terminate you thing.
We will terminate you without a notice. So if you start blasting your back office or your wallet or have this many, this much, this okay, you're gone. No joke. Don't take a chance. So money conversation, you're not gonna say how much or how. We will terminate you without a notice.
I mean, he wasn't too happy that time, you know. And there was the time that he yelled at everyone. There was the time that he quit. Remember that? Screamed at everybody. Ash would say some dumb shit like that, right? So that's not really true, Chris, but sure. Rewrite history.
Tell you what, he's got a lot of reasons to be nasty. But he's
Does
never
he?
been nasty. He's always positive about it. He's serving all of us right now. You don't know it. What I can say a little bit is in the last few months, Ash Mufareh has been all over the map.
Yeah, how?
Not going to tell you why. I think you know why. Because he's building an amazing company and system.
I'm not going to tell you why. I think you know why. It's because
the right people for all of us. When he showed up last night, I sent him the link for a couple minutes to come on and talk to us a little bit. He was at a different location. I think a lot of the times when people say, Chris, he said he was going to do the Indian webinar. And he said, well, if I got the time. And right now he is going all over the place, building stuff in different states.
Just more excuses to not do the India webinar.
Right now, that will blow you away. Don't ask me. I don't know. I wouldn't tell you anyway, because that's Ash Mufareh's excitement that I want him to serve us and let us know what's going on when he's ready. He is extremely busy. And if you heard Red yesterday on his live, which I thought was a phenomenal live, he's talking about it's not always easy to come on here and keep people hyped up, or not hyped up, keep people happy, because we don't know everything. But all I can tell you this man is pushing himself beyond what I think I could have done, to be honest with you. He's nonstop moving. He's not just sitting in his office. I'm going to tell you that right now. He's getting out and meeting people, finding the right people, wanting to talk to them, showing them what he has, asking them what they can do.
I don't.
This has been going on for quite a while.
I just think it's funny that they keep bringing it up and then coming up with excuses why it won't happen. I think that's funny. I don't think it's going to happen. It's almost like we have the Streisand effect, but they keep bringing it up. How does Chris not have a constant headache from yelling so much? I don't know. It's always screaming at us. I thought I yelled.
Now, do you know that? No, now you do. So when you say, Chris, when is Ash going to speak? And I say, when he gets a chance. He's very busy. When we decided, he called me the day Marty fell ill. He said, Chris, we got to go down there. Immediately, we got to go down there. And this was 4 or 5 weeks ago when it first started happening. All right, I said, but did you ask Marty? Just feel him out, see what he'll feel. And everything was going good. And
so they planned it for 4 weeks.
then some things happened, and it didn't happen back then, which is okay. We all understood what was going on. Listen, trying to schedule anything with Ash Mufareh is next to impossible. I know this.
Why? Like, what is he doing, though? No, for real, what the fuck is he doing?
I've said it. So I'm talking to Marty. Marty says, will you just come on down here? I said, I'm coming.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I bought my plane tickets, got my hotel. I'm going to force Ash to come. Now, at that time, Ash was in New York City.
So this was planned for 4 weeks, and Ash is in New York City. They have to go to New Jersey.
So he was a few hours away. I called him. I said, I got my tickets. What? I'm almost there. What? And he goes, all right, Chris, I got this big meeting today. I got another one tomorrow. I was supposed to go to this state. Let me call you back tomorrow. All right.
What? What big meetings? What state is he supposed to go to? Like, he's not working with anyone. Who is he meeting with?
All right, great. I'm here, Ash. And you can see him getting excited about it.
Jilly says, is it bad that I've thought about hiring a private investigator to spy on Ash and see what he's really doing all day? No, I'm starting to wonder if I should. I'm like, what is this man actually doing, though? He has no products to work on. There's no tech team. He says himself there's no other employees. There wouldn't be any other employees. There is nothing to do here. There is no business. He's being sued for the last business they had, which pretty much shut down. So I'm kind of like, what meetings is he going to? It would only be meetings with his lawyer, and he wouldn't be like traveling all around to do that. So I don't know what's going on here. It's very weird. Very weird. I would put money into that. Let's do it. I'm seriously like, what is he doing? Chris seems really wanting to let us know he has inside info, but has never told us. He likes that, I guess. I really think that does so much for his ego. He's an inside guy. Yeah, same with, I feel like Marty too, though. Except Chris is funnier when he does it, because when he does it, you get the feeling that he actually has no clue what's going on. He just really wants you to believe that he has the inside knowledge of what's going on. But I've often wondered if Ash is just kind of like, oh, well, you know, Chris, I'm just really busy going to meetings all day long. There, I'll talk to you later. It just kind of like pushes him to the side, and then he's like out here going, oh yeah, Ash told me that he's in meetings all day. Like, you know what I mean? But it's not actually what he thinks it is. Maybe Ron is available. Maybe. You know, he did used to be a police officer, which Danny wrote me about Ron, and I sent him my video where I did my Ron deep dive, and I said, yeah, there's all the information you would really need to know about Ron. If you need anything else, let me know. I can dig it back up again. I got my research still. But he used to be a cop. I really want Danny to respond to me on Discord and tell me what he thinks about the fact that Ron used to be a police officer. Because I was like, yes, I am familiar with him. And Danny, you're going to love this. Ron used to be a police officer. And he likes to tell people that he knows that OnPassive is the real deal. There you are. Just talking about you. Danny, you're bringing up Ron. And I wanted to say to you, and I've already said it to you on Discord, but now I'm going to say it to you again, and then you can respond here, that Ron used to be a police officer. And Ron's whole gig about OnPassive, or any of the other scams that he's in, is that his cop gut tells him that it is okay. It is a good thing to be into, and that he should trust the person running it. You know? You know? Police officer, now we are saved. Just driving, so I'm listening. Love the video you did last. Hope you enjoyed my comments. I did, Danny. Thank you. Drive safe. Yeah, police officer. That always makes me giggle a little bit. Especially because he made it such a big deal with his cop gut, as he calls it. Chris makes me think that they were looking for a reliable deep seeks and deep fakes tech person for weeks to create a rehab video. It's all about that famous cop gut. Yes, he always is like, my cop gut. And I'm like, I don't trust your cop gut. I feel like I could usually trust a cop gut. But then there's a couple of people that I'm like, I think yours is broken. And Ron's at the top of that list.
He calls me the next day, says, Chris, I got this meeting. It's going to go to 3 o'clock. If it goes any longer, I'm not going to be able to come to the next day. Okay. Now this is Ash. It's funny. So he calls Chris.
My whole thing too is these meetings. So you have this arranged for 4 weeks, this visit with Marty. So why do you have meetings that are now scheduled for the same time that was supposed to happen? This man doesn't even know how to properly schedule meetings. That's worrisome. You would think you would keep that day free, you know? That sounds like Patrick, who said that he used to be in the U.S. intelligence, and now he's promoting VidMe, so it doesn't give you much faith in the U.S. intelligence, right? It's well, which police station did you work for? Because no one should depend on them.
Meeting went on at 5 o'clock. I'm not gonna be able to make it because it's a 2.5 hour drive with traffic. It's horrible there.
Okay, but like, why?
Fine, Marty.
Again, how did we not plan for this? See, Ash just doesn't know how to plan anything. He can't even plan a simple day trip from New York to New Jersey without apparently having these meetings. And again, I'm kind of like, well, okay, are they like emergency meetings? Where they pop up last minute? Like, what is going on here? And who are they with? What are we doing?
Still busy. He's coming tomorrow. Early afternoon. Called me up and says, I dropped everything. He was supposed to go to another state. He said I could probably do it on a Zoom. So he canceled that travel.
Why would he go to another state the day that he's supposed to do a meeting there? And then also see Marty. I'm so confused. I don't know what meetings. I'm gonna have an aneurysm, Jelly. Like, with who? Who is he meeting with? Nobody works with him. Or he made them up to sound important. See, like, that's what I'm thinking. And Ash didn't go to a restaurant for dinner after serving Marty. I'm wondering if he was, like, at home, and then Chris called him, and he was like, oh, yeah, I'm in New York for meetings. And then Chris was like, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm almost in New Jersey. And then Ash was like, fuck. I'm still in Orlando right now. I have a meeting and might have to go to another state. I'll call you back tomorrow. And then, of course, the next day was able to get a flight or whatever and show up in New York or close to Jersey and then be like, oh, yeah, no, I have some stuff planned, but I'll cancel it all. That's what I'll do. Yeah, no, I'm here. I made it. You know what I mean? Like, it's very bizarre. Very weird. I don't like it. No, he's not from Texas. He really does like the cowboy hat, though. Now he's like Cowboy Chris, you know? He was Captain Chris with the boat. Chris had the boat before Red had the boat. Believe it or not, he was Captain Chris. And he was on a boat. But then Red went on the boat. So then he got the RV. So then he was RV Chris. And now it's like he's Cowboy Chris. And he has a few of these hats. He swaps them out. Everyone hates them. And Ash didn't go to the restaurant for dinner after serving Marty. I'm confused about Ash at the restaurant as well, yes. Because there were pictures that Chris posted. If you go to Chris's Facebook, you will see the pictures I'm referring to. I don't want to show them because they have Marty's, like, kids in them. And I've already showed them, unfortunately, in the video yesterday. I tried not to show them. But I had to show you that video yesterday because that was whew. But he literally posted up and was like, yeah, this is us at dinner. And then Ash wasn't in any of those pictures. So I don't know if he went out to dinner like twice, like once just with Zachary and his wife and the kids, or what was going on with that. It was just very confusing because I figured that there would also be pictures of Ash and Chris and them out at the dinner, which I am not seeing posted anywhere. Maybe they just haven't gotten to that yet. I don't know. Maybe they will post them. Maybe they're posting them right now as they're hearing me say this. Who knows? It's just weird. It's just one of those things that made me kind of go, huh, okay. Well, weird Ash isn't in these pictures if they all went out to dinner together. So I'm thinking that maybe it was a different day, but then I'm like, well, why wouldn't he have taken pictures of them out at the dinner together? That seems like something he would have wanted to have captured. He was almost going to capture Ash feeding Marty by hand, but then decided to keep that as a secret moment, remember? So he has content brain. Content brain is when even in your real life, you're constantly thinking about what to record for your YouTube channel. Right? People that do like in real life content can suffer from this especially. And he obviously has that, where he's always thinking about what to record. So I'm kind of like, but then you didn't take any pictures of Ash at the dinner with you? Okay. I'm sure Chris could eat 2 dinners. He could. I mean, he could have gone out both nights. I'm wondering if that's what happened. I'm asking if anyone else knows if they heard him mention anything about going out twice, because I haven't. Chris is from Michigan, yeah. Not Texas. Close enough, I guess.
We're supposed to go to another state because I canceled. I put everyone on hold. I'm going to be there. Okay, brother. And I say, okay, brother, because I never know what's going to pop up in the schedule. Lo and behold, he showed up at about 5 o'clock the next day. And it was amazing. You seen the video? That was the actual video right when he came in. It was fun. I think it excited a lot of people. But it also just showed the love that he has and the passion he has, not just for Mr. Marty DeGarmo, but for his family and for
nibble on his cheeks, eh, Chris?
For all of this. There's not many people in this world that hold the position that he does that do that. And I want you to think about that. I'm like, I could say, who is this guy? But I know who this guy is. This is something that he continuously wants to do, but he wants us to do it too. If you have the opportunity to serve somebody, help somebody, do it. The joy in my life is growing because I'm able to help people right now.
Okay.
I can't help everyone. I've gotten a few calls.
Who are you helping? Like, because you think that helping people means spending 8 minutes at the beginning of your lives every day telling people to pray for them. Like, that to you is helping. Like, is it helping, you know? Like, it's a nice thing to do, but it's not actually helping anyone, you know? So, who are you helping?
There's some beautiful orphanages.
Oh my God, yes. You've donated to a couple orphanages. Hardly anything. And this is what I mean. It's like you said you were going to save humanity, though. Ash had over $148 million at his disposal at one point. Think about that. And you're like, yeah, we sent some balls to an orphanage. And then we sent them some clothes. And we got them a desk. Woohoo! It's just, like, it's a nice thing to do. I'm glad you did it. But when you think about, like, you guys spend every single day, all day long for 7 years doing this OnPassive thing, it's not a lot. I mean, that's like doing one thing every 2 years for somebody. So can you really be like, I help all the people? Not really. And again, to you, helping is like getting them a damn O-Connect account. You know, like, define helping. I think that's where we need to start. You need to define what you think helping actually is. Because I don't think we have the same definition. A hypothetical orphanage. Now, there is, like, this orphanage school place. All right. They are helping somewhere. They have done a couple things. But it is a little iffy. And we have talked about it in the past. But again, it's really not a lot. Like, you've helped one place with a few different things over 7 years. It's really not anything that I would be bragging about, where I'd be like, we help people all the time. When this thing gets going, yeah, whenever that is, in 50 years from now. That's my favorite, when this thing gets going, yeah. That's like the new way that they say it now, too.
From all over the world, believe it or not. And I know a lot of you help these orphanages out. Most of them know I support Seeds Academy when they heard about that.
That's the one, Seeds Academy. That's it. That's it. It's a school/orphanage. Okay, that's it. And they've done a few things. You know? It's like, congratulations, Chris.
ask, can you help me out? And I said, right now I can't necessarily help you out, but in the future I will be able to. Actually, in the future you will be able to. What does that mean? I said, that means that you could become part of what we're doing right now.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is that they signed up Seeds Academy, this orphanage, which seems to be in like Africa somewhere, rural Africa. And it's just shitty. Like they signed them up for OnPassive to get the help too, right? So they donated $500 to Seeds Academy and took $5 million from PNG. Yeah, pretty much. They did get some new desks. That was just a few months ago, I believe. Not that long ago. Maybe just before the new year or something. And then like a couple of years before that, they had sent them some clothes. And like a couple of years before that, they sent them balls. Like a bag of basketballs. Like, yay, you know what I mean? Like, but okay.
All you pastors out there or people that run these organizations for orphanages, God bless you. I love you for it. But you too will have your own way of helping your own system out through this company when it takes off. I tell that to everyone. People that are going through struggles and hard times, you're going to be able to help.
Yeah, tell them that all they have to do, they just got to pay $97 and then they just got to pay $250 for the Hope Connect. And then they can get the help that they need. You know, those orphans. Fucking asshole.
People. Because the situation you're in, because you're going to be able to turn this around and help those individuals out. Not only just helping them out financially if they need it at the time, but getting them into this. Where
getting them into
their own responsible people. Coming out here every day, and I talk to.
And he does mean sign up the children, by the way. As children, one of their gimmicks is sign up your unborn child.
I read about this a lot. It's a big responsibility. Every single day, it's a huge responsibility to come on here and say the right things, and hopefully someone doesn't twist it. There's times that we come on here, me especially, man, what am I going to tell these individuals? I want them to be happy, excited. I know there's people out there struggling.
Again, you don't have to come out here every day. Like, they'd be fine if you came out here every 2 or 3. It would have the same fucking effect. Damn, I don't like orphans either, but I don't think they're fucking assholes. Oh, wait, you made Chris shut up, Al. Sign up, you're not. Yeah, pretty much. But no, he actually means, like, yeah, sign up the people running them, and then get them to sign up the orphans. It's like, what are you talking about, you psycho? Like, what? Sign up the orphans to OnPassive. Just, have you ever heard an MLM ever tell someone to sign up the orphans? Because, like, this is the only one I can think of. I don't think any of the other ones. Most of them are pretty good about being like, don't sign up minors. Unless they're above the age of 16 and they have a parent's consent, depending on what state you're in. Which I'm also against, by the way. Don't do that to them. But, like, don't do that to your teenager, okay? But it's like, ugh. It's just a new level of low. And sign up the orphans. You know? Jelly's had enough. She says, it's not going to happen, Chris. I'm taking your laptop away. Destruction of philanthropists. In the name of religion and grabbing their natural sources, lands. Yep. Yeah, no, that's what God wants, right? God wants you to sign up the orphans for the MLM.
I know there's people that are sick. What can I do? Talk to them. Tell them exactly what's happening in this company. That we're moving forward. There's no going back anymore.
Well, all you got to do is pray for his eyes, remember?
Chris, when's it going to happen? Get that every day, at least 100 times a day. And I say it's going to happen when Ash Mufareh's got it all done. and some other things get ironed out. That's when it's going to happen.
They have this idea in their heads that if you sign up the orphans, for example, then they don't even have to work the business. Everyone's just getting rich. So that's why you could sign up like your unborn child or orphans. And to them, you're not really breaking any such labor laws that might exist. Because, well, number one, MLMs don't often have to follow certain laws. Again, depending on what state they're in. And then also, because it's like, well, they don't have to work the business. You know, they'll get the targeted traffic and the spillover, and they'll just all become millionaires. You know, we flick the switch and turn this thing on, this OnPassive machine that's massive, and then everybody just gets rich. It's great. Well, that's a little bit rough to say, Albs. Chris today said to give all your bills to God. He meant Ash Mufareh, though, when he said that.
I'm sorry if you're going through hard times right now. I lived those hard times a long time ago.
Oh,
and I told myself I never want to be in this position again. And I worked real hard. We do have a lot of people. Red actually talked about he might have to get a job here.
They're working real hard right now, huh?
And that's okay to him.
Oh, Red is going to have to get a job soon. So I guess he's not working again.
That's okay. We have a few other leaders that went out and got jobs.
Chris, why would people not have jobs?
And you know what? I actually have a guy that actually wrote me yesterday and said, well, I left my job because I was thinking OnPassive was going to be launched by now. Nobody told you to quit your job. Please don't do that. All right? This isn't, hey, we launch you rich. We all know this, guys. And I'm probably talking to people who know this. If you don't believe right now, because you have maybe some doubts, close your eyes. Actually, go quit your job. Go quit your job, because that job, I don't know how you have any beliefs. It might pay you every week because you go and do 40, 50 hours a week. But you have nothing else to fall back on but 30 years of service. And it's a long time. OnPassive is going to give you that plus. You just got to wait a little bit. And you know what? I actually have a guy that actually wrote me yesterday and said, well, I left my job because I was thinking OnPassive was going to be launched by now. Nobody told you to quit your job. Actually, go 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 quit your job.
Gonna remind you every time, Chris. Every time.
They're not just going to starve, right? They went out and they did something about it. They know in their heart this is going to happen. But I bet
now you're like, go out and get a job. Funny how things change. You know? He looks scary there.
better do something to pass the time, to make a dime, take care of my family. Now you're serving yourself. All right.
Be a servant. Remember.
Let Ash Mufareh do what he's doing. All right. Let him know that you're
Mike, Red, and Jane should all start a Jiffy Lube together. Just don't let Diddy in there.
Loyal. He knows. He appreciates it. But he can't jump to every person's need right now. In the future, you're going to be able to jump to your own needs because of him.
This sounds so stupid. And he's not going to be able to jump to your needs right now. And in the future, you won't need him because you can do it yourself. So you don't need to depend on him anyway, but please do depend on him for your future.
Because of him.
Scammer's throat clear.
Think about that.
Think about that.
When you wake up every morning, you better thank God. My words. Thank God for bringing this guy in our lives. Thank God.
Yeah, wake up every morning and then thank God for bringing Ash into your life. Okay. That's what everyone should start doing. Yeah, no, this isn't a cult at all, though, right, Chris? Not a cult at all. There aren't many MLMs that are honestly like, wake up every day and thank God for our CEO. Okay, like, this is a level of like worshiping of the CEO that is beyond what normal businesses like this do. And it's because this thing has no longer really been about an MLM, and at this point it really is just a cult of personality, and Ash is their leader. Like, it, and this kind of thing just proves that. Because you won't find, like, you'll hear them talking about the CEO like they are amazing people and the best people in the world when they are talking about them in the MLMs. Don't get me wrong. There's lots of training out there of like, it works. And they'd be like, oh, Mark Pentecost is just so fabulous. He's amazing. Have you ever met him? He's a great guy. Like, we love working this business, knowing he's our dude, blah, blah, blah. When I was in It Works, oh yeah, all the time. But then that was it. There wasn't any like, you should wake up every single morning and thank God for giving us him. These guys take it to a whole nother level. Again, like It Works says. Okay? Like, it's too much. It's too much.
For a guy who's visiting people, his busy schedule, building a company for all of us. We're actually one of the birthdays.
That will be the segment that we do after this, Serene.
From last week, Gladys. He sent a message. Happy birthday, Gladys. I think it was Gladys. You heard me talking about it on the live.
Well, that's the thing about a narcissist, is that they don't feel any shame or embarrassment or any of that really at all. Right? They can also stay very, very calm in situations that other people would usually be freaking out in, because they don't have those same feelings. They don't care, right? I wouldn't be able to face them if I were him. I would be hiding. I would be in hiding. They keep saying things like, Ash isn't in hiding. I would be in hiding.
I expect him to do that to everyone. But it's just the point. He took 5 seconds of his time and said, I want to wish her a happy birthday. She's a great person. You know, they're all great people. He just can't always do it all the time. The things that you want him to do, like get on a webinar, he just can't always do it because he's so busy. And
that's why. Okay.
And you're hearing it from me. Me and Marty talked to Ash before quite a bit. And he kind of lets us know what's going on a little bit and where he's at. And
we get it.
I can't necessarily get on this week and do something.
We get it. You two are very special. You're very close with him. Enough already. Can we fucking move on from this? I swear to God, if this carries into next week, I'm going to go insane.
He wants to. But like I said, if you know Ash, try to schedule something with him. Do you remember back in the days where we did those big webinars? He was 2 or 3 hours late.
No.
And everyone was like, oh my God, that's because he was.
I do remember he was on them for 2 or 3 hours, though. Minimum. Sometimes it was like 5 or 6 hours. We reacted to a lot of those.
Doing stuff. For him to schedule something and then actually keep it right at that same time is extremely hard for him to do. I forgot about the chat again. I'm sorry. Hi, Lori.
Why is he so bad at scheduling things? I don't want to trust him with a business if he can't even schedule things properly. Lord.
But this man is serving us. Maybe you don't know it right now. I know it. You're going to have to listen to what I'm saying to you. He hasn't stopped doing what he's doing, nor is he gonna.
I don't know if you guys can hear the thunder at my house right now. It's pretty crazy. It's been going nonstop. It's pretty nuts.
And each day it gets bigger.
Maybe God Ash Mufareh is trying to strike me down right now, I think.
Better. What did he say? You won't believe what we have. It's bigger, better. You're going to cry. You're going to not just, it's going to shock you. You're going to be numb for a couple minutes when you find out the truth and find out what's really happening to this company.
Okay.
You got.
They keep teasing it, right? Like, none of you know what's really happening, but you all know what's happening. But you guys won't believe it when we tell you what's happening. But you know what's going on. Like,
believe me on that one. All right, I'm not here to lie to anybody. I'm here to be as transparent as I can be. But Ash Mufareh, he's definitely a server. He's serving all of us, and don't ever forget that. Don't lock the love out. Why are you locking the love out? Ask yourself that question. Are you locking the love out to maybe someone in your family? Forgive each other. Forgive people. Say you're sorry. It's okay. This is Ash Mufareh. He believes in doing right all the time. He believes in helping as many people as he can.
Forgive Ash Mufareh for stealing all your money. All right? Yeah, don't lock the love out. That's what he said. All right? That's what he said about the... Did you miss it? The rehab center closing at 8? He walked up to the desk and he said to them, "Why are you locking the love out? Why are you locking the love out of this place at 8 p.m.? And they said, "Oh my God, sir, you're right. We will let you into the building after 8 p.m. Let me get you my manager's phone number." And then the Filipino angel came and let them in, remember? That was an important part of that story. Tell the sick it has been coming soon. Tell the sick it has been coming soon for 7 years, right?
And you don't necessarily have to know about it in the future.
You don't have to know about nothing.
In the future?
But you know it. What's up? You know it.
In the future. You're going to find out. And yeah, thanks, Julie.
You'll find out.
Julie Wynn.
You don't have to know, but you're going to find out. We're going to tell you, but you know what's up.
Was the one that we sent her all the stuff. I needed some help. I don't know how to do it. And she jumped in and she made that beautiful video.
Of course.
And the kicker for me, she said, I said, "Oh,
you want me to believe you don't know how to make a video?" Okay.
No, Julie, that's perfect. I got one more thing I want to add. And that was Marty's son, Zachary, who sent me the most beautiful message. And that's the message at the end of the video. So
yeah, we got that, Chris. We understood that part of the video was for you. Even yesterday when I was reacting to it, and Jelly Snack said it was Julie Wynn that made the video. And I said, yeah. But then that was a message to Chris at the end that she just kind of plopped in there. And then that part was like to Chris directly, and it's weird. It was weird. There was like a whole shift all of a sudden. I don't know. I didn't like it, but good job, Chris. Great video, Julie.
I'm glad we got that in there.
Yeah. I am Ash Mufareh, and you will not starve my friend, Mr. Marty DeGarmo, the best friend a guy could have.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
That's right. He's your friend. He'll even sneak food into you. Do you think they recruited Marty's roommate to OnPassive? They probably tried. I mean, I don't know how they would actually recruit him because you can't sign up right now. But they probably did talk to him about it and tell him that he should join. And I bet you Marty's making sure to give him information on it. Because unfortunately, that's what it's like when you're in these things. You talk to everyone about it. Try to recruit everyone around you.
It's all over the place now. Enjoy it. No,
he has a roommate
man who's working hard for you. Literally. Cholesterol.
They brought him food too. His name's Larry.
Cholesterol. I did it again. Cholesterol, thank you very much. Cholesterol, I'm going to do something here. I was told.
Cholesterol.
Let's see. Well, hold on. I lost it again.
Cholesterol.
I'm going to make you an admin. Cholesterol. As soon as I have to get back in. I lost the thing. I heard you wanted to be an admin here. Absolutely. I'll get you in there. Thank you for the super sticker.
All right, guys. So that's what you got to do. You thought here. All right. You go in with a fake account. You befriend. All right. You send a super sticker. Then you say, "I want to be a mod."
You're going to have to give me time now because I lost the chat.
But that's all it takes, apparently. According to Chris. No clue who this person had, never heard of them before. But they'll be a mod.
I'm here to tell you, this is all real. It's all happening. When we say it was built from a heart, I think you just saw a little bit. You don't know at all what he's done. but you just saw a little bit what he did for Marty DeGarmo.
You just saw a little bit what he did for Marty DeGarmo. Remember, he fed him by hand and wiped food from his face that he snuck in for him. All right, and he bribed the staff at the rehab place. So he's a great guy.
On that note, I don't even know what day it is. What is today? Good Lord. Is it Thursday? It is Thursday. I'm not sure what's going on. I know Red and Gene, are you doing something with Andy and Red today? I don't even know. You can write it in the chat.
Let's go.
I'll see you again at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Keep praying for Mr. DeGarmo. Keep praying for all the people on the list. Definitely shoot some prayers for Mr. Mufareh. And know this, I'm here to tell you every day that what he's doing is just crazy.
What is he doing, damn it? What? What is he doing? Other than getting sued, what is it that he is doing? Tell us. Otherwise, I'm going to believe he's just eating hot Cheetos in his underwear and watching Netflix from his desk. And you're not going to be able to stop me or tell me otherwise, Chris. And I'm going to spread to every single person in the whole world that I talk to. Every single person. I'm going to say, have you heard of this Ash Mufareh guy that's running this OnPassive thing, man? All he does all day is eat hot Cheetos from his damn desk in his underwear. And then he pretends to travel and have meetings. And really, he's just getting sued by the SEC. So he has like a meeting with his lawyers once a month. And that's it. He's crazy lazy. Does dick all. And everybody's suffering, just waiting for him to start this damn company for these people. I'm going to tell everyone, Chris. Everyone's going to think that he's eating hot Cheetos in his underwear watching Netflix. Because you won't tell us what he's actually doing. It will be your fault, all your fault, that this rumor gets spread around. You know, this is why he should really let us know what he is actually doing. Because the last time he told us that he had nothing to do. He didn't have any employees. Right? So who's he working on products with? There's no tech team. Who's he meeting with? There's like no business here. Just saying, that's what everyone's going to think.
Crazy good for all of us.
Joe's taking
Don't
it
think
further.
anything different, because that's exactly what he's doing. And when he's ready to come out, when he gets the time,
I am going to think different. I might think what Joe's saying. Maybe it's not Netflix, okay? I'm going to tell everybody.
When he gets that time, he's going to blow you all away. I love every one of you. God bless.
Gonna blow us all away. Gonna blow us all away, guys. And that's about it. Then he says goodbye and signs off, and it cuts off all weird again. So that was Chris Johnson, you know, telling us all about his visit with Mr. Ash Mufareh. Very, very, you know, ass-kissingly. And, you know, that was quite the story. How he fed Marty by hand. I wouldn't go around telling anyone that.
That's embarrassing.
But maybe that's just me. I mean, he can tell people what he wants about it. And you know, that's not the only person, along with Marty, who's been kissing on Ash lately. So I think now is the best time, better time than ever, that we do our next segment, which is Kiss His Ash. That's right. Who is kissing Ash this week? Who? On Cornhub. Or off of Cornhub. Either or. Who's kissing Ash? Today, I am bringing you a post from the Facebook again. And this post is from our dear Brian Croetch. Good old Brian. You guys may remember Brian, you know. He's been on a few of the webinars. so some of you might be familiar with him. That's right. He posted up something quite interesting not too long ago. Friendship is a beautiful thing, and it's something we all need in our lives. It's not just about having someone to hang out with, but it's about having someone who truly understands you. Someone who knows your quirks, your fears, and your dreams. Someone who supports you through thick and thin, and who is always there for you. Isn't Brian the one whose son made a long post about his dad being in a cult? Maybe. I thought this whole thing was kissing ass, or I mean Ash. Brian, I don't remember him. He remembers you, Alps. No, I'm just joking. I have no clue. Friendship is about building trust, respect, and loyalty. It's about creating a safe space where you can be yourself and know that you're accepted for who you are. It's bromance Brian. I like it. So let's celebrate the bonds of friendship and cherish the people in our lives who make us feel loved and understood. Which is a nice thought, you know. Thank you for joining us today. And don't forget to follow and subscribe for more heartwarming content. Until next time, take care and stay connected. But it's these damn pictures of the three of these assholes together. You're like, why? Why is everything about this week? And he's posted it up, you know, a little video with music and everything. Do. We're so friendly, you know, lovely music. And then the caption that he wrote on it is, a special friend is hard to find, hard to lose, and impossible to forget. True friends are never apart, maybe by distance, but not by the heart. Did he write that? No, he didn't. It's from a poem, but it's lovely. It's lovely. I also like how he just took like a screenshot of the video, which a lot of people were sharing like this image, like this one right here, where they just screenshotted the video and passed it around. It was very bizarre. If he doesn't have anything to do with Man Ram, I don't remember him. No homo. Man Ram, man. But yeah, I just found that to be, you know, quite Ash kissy and cringe. I cringed a lot when I saw that, you know. We're really putting a lot of emphasis on the friendship of these three. And it's sad because I know that if it wasn't for the MLM, they wouldn't be friends. And oftentimes, if one of them leaves the MLM, you know, the friendship fails. Part of me, though, kind of does hope that Marty and Chris stay friends, but I don't know. I guess only time will tell. But that was pretty cringe, and it was way too much Ash kissing for me. That's right. Just too much. So I want to introduce you to a new segment. A new segment that I want to start up here. You know, we have like Kisses Ash, we have WTF, and that kind of thing. But you know, every once in a while, I come across something that is just really crazy, out of this world. And I don't really know where to put it. You know, I'm like, it doesn't really go in any of those places. It's just really kind of out there and just really out of this world. So I thought that I would make a new segment for FriYAY and just kind of add it in here And I'm sure that there'll be many more in future. And we are going to call it, can you guess? I bet you'll never guess. You'll never guess what this segment is called. That's right, we're going to call it Out of This World! So I just want to say thank you so much for being here, because you get to be here for the very first ever segment of Out of This World. And that's pretty fucking special if you ask me. All right? These people are starving for any kind of update. It's true. It's true. Even more out of this world than the rest of this shit? You wouldn't think so, Alps. But I promise you it really is. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our very first segment of this type. Out of This World! OnPassive, March 4th. Black waitress serves Michael Jordan, saw note on check, and burst into tears. One weekend afternoon, Michael Jordan decided to spend some time shopping at Whole Foods Market with one of his aides. By the time they finished, it was already past 4 p.m. and both were tired and hungry. Looking for a quick meal, they noticed a small restaurant across the street called the Gourmet Hub. Initially unsure about the quality of the place, they decided to give it a try. Little did Michael know, this simple decision would change someone's life forever. He gave them a tip of $450 and wrote a little note. Him and his aide. Yeah, his aide. What does this have to do with OnPassive? We may never know. But cool story, bro. That was Out of This World! So, yeah, I didn't really fit in anywhere. And there's often posts like that don't have anything to do with OnPassive, but for some reason, they're just kind of thrown in the mix. And so I hope that you guys like that. And in future, there'll be tons more of this new segment called Out of This World! And I promise I'll stop doing the thing where I constantly say the name and then I play the thing like I'm like the new segment called Out of This World! Okay, last time, I promise. So wait, there was no, that was it. See? Told ya. Stacked cool. Exactly. It's Out of This World. That's right. I won't do it again. You guys will kill me. Especially because now we've made it to the end. It's time to get comfy, Time to wind down. It's 8 p.m. on Friday. So after this, I'm going to curl up and, probably watch some documentaries if you really want to know what I do with my time. Relax for a little bit. Weekend's going to be busy. There should be at least one video or maybe two going up this weekend as well. So stay tuned for those. Because I have, of course, an OnPassive Storytime. Unfortunately, no, it's not Ben Ram. No homo. We might have to talk about him soon, though. But I obviously do have a story time for you all. It's a very, very interesting one. So get comfy. Curl up with a pillow and your blanket. Get all snuggled in. Comfy cozy. And now, it is time for our last segment of the evening.
A story time from OnPassive.
From a dream. I rose one morning last week from a dream about OnPassive, profusely sweating and breathing fast. Ash Mufareh was not physically present in what I beheld, but in spirit, he was everywhere. I wondered if he would be able to handle a storm that may break in OnPassive. Hold yourself. there are about 1 million Nigerian OnPassivians collaborating with another 1 million OnPassivians from abroad in an Oblast project to revive the economy of Nigeria, making it a superstar economy, own this economy, and, through ownership, own several other economies on the planet. Hold your breath. Again, for this is not my primary destination. Where I am really heading are On Joy, O Women, and O Domain. I am glad that O Domain is featuring for a second time in the webinar in the space of 1 month. If you recall, I mentioned recently how I suspended my website www.olufemikusa.com in December last year for O Domain to host this year, and Ash Mufareh gave us the assurance that O Domain would fly out early this year. By the last count, I have about 1,200 articles, each of which is about 2,800 words, waiting by the gate. Many of us will find O Domain easy to market. We only need to give it the necessary push on its superior edge. These days, there is no serious business organization in Nigeria which does not have a website or a blog. There is hardly any lecturer who does not run a blog. How would the world get to know about them if they do not have a blog or a website? My journey is a short one, but the branches and roots are many. One more illustration before I return to the OnPassive story. I am not an early bird OnPassivian. The enrollment began sometime in 2018, just before COVID-19. I lost 1 year on the starting block while prevaricating or doubting. I became persuaded to enroll from the Passion to Place Nigeria powerfully on the OnPassive map. So did some of my late bird friends who are wondering how some applications got their names and if other names would not have served them better. To be sure, what else can beat O Bless, or O Women, or O Connect, or O Varsity, or O Academy, or O My Life, the autobiography application, or O Domain? My dream? I have heard several applauses for these names. I have told some purveyors of new names for established applications that their suggestions, though well-meaning, arrived at the train station after the coach had left. However, what they are suggesting is that ONet, the Friends platform, should have been called O Pals, or O Friends and O Pals. The Chats platform could have been called O Chat, or O Talk. With their suggestions, my friends, no doubt, wish to, Nigeria needs these applications. In mass communication, there is a course in which the meaning of meaning is taught. Thus, hot dog in America does not mean the American hot dog in Nigeria's Akwa Ibom state, or in Ondo state, where the dog and pepper soup sauce is a prized delicacy. Thus, a Doberman is hot cake in dog-eating areas of Nigeria. Nigerians see pinging as chatting, which is why we speak proudly of our chat groups or chat forums. OPALs may, therefore, not easily register on their minds as a chat forum, they say. Someone even suggested Oh Patty or Oh My Patty for a friends forum. I guess we should recognize that Nigeria is not the center of the world and that they must be on level crossing for the meaning of meaning everywhere. Now, over to the Oblast storm. The end? That was an interesting story. Anyway, that was
a story time from OnPassive.
I guess thank you for sharing that story with the world in 2024. I'm so proud to have shared it here. Not really sure what to think about that. I hope you didn't actually mean a Doberman. Anyway, that is it for our FriYAY with my sayers of nay, from Rehab to Roleplay. So I'm pretty sure that Chris made up the story of Ash feeding Marty. Or maybe he did. It's just, they read way too much into it. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming and spending this FriYAY with me. I'm going to get off here before the weather messes up my internet. We appear to be getting a storm. So thank you for sticking this one out. This was an interesting week where they are just obsessing over this visit, and they will probably continue to do so. Please do give this a like on your way out. Subscribe if you are new here. All of the beautiful people do. Please be sure to come back and write a comment. Let me know your thoughts down below on anything we've talked about tonight. And I will see you all over the weekend and for sure on Monday for an MLM Monday that you won't want to miss. Thank you so much again, everyone. And thank you to everyone that donated tonight. I love all your faces. And like always, we're in it to win it.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Shining bright into the future, we rise high.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's the call. Hey.
Tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn. We are the
And I'm your friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or sighing or we know who,
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was 3-minute Ash. Another Queen of Karma person. Asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them over and over. It's not the answer you want, but call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke.
Alright, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to crazy men talking about their experiences.
my name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
And I'm your friend.
Stop going there. That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own YouTube channel. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Let's go to Guyana.